New merch available at meetcandy.store. Promo available until
April
26. Buy today. Buy today. How f***ing forceful is that? I don't know, if you like puppet shows and you want to support the channel, please buy the merch. It's available until April 26. Thanks, guys. Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Get in and sit on down because today we're going to be talking about Gooner games. And no, these aren't little games you play when you're in Boy Scouts with the boys. You're not playing tummy sticks at your friend's house. They're Gooner games. People are enticed to play video games for many reasons. It's not just about good gameplay or an enriching story. There's actually another aspect that has a sizable portion of the gaming community in a chokehold. Whether it's directly stated or not, many newer games cater their products to horny gamers. Something that has proved incredibly lucrative over the years, which, listen guys, this isn't anything new, right? People have been doing this since the dawn. Anytime that you could put, man knew to put ink on wall, berry mash on wall in the caves, the cavemen, they were drawing titties. Hit sell.
It's more obvious now, and the graphics are better, so you get to see more
There's
detail.
so much to gooning culture now that feels like before it was in like the olden times where it's like you don't talk about religion, politics, or money, but these things were all like it's all unspoken rule. Right now it was a thing where it's like, well, of course I got this game because it makes me hard and it tickles my fancy, of course. But now it's become so outspoken, and gooner culture is so there's no shame in it anymore, that now it's evolved to something far scarier. Some of the biggest games, ones that you have likely played, are classified Gooner games. And today we're going to talk about some of the biggest ones to come out in recent years. The concept has been hotly debated online. Many games are now being labeled as Gooner games, and those who play them refuse to admit that as reality. I think this is the time and place. They just be like, this is why I do it. The thing is that the more you hide behind it, I think that's where the sharks smell blood. Because if you're not with us, you're against us, I think is what it is. I think it's people being like, hey, you think you're better than me playing this for the gameplay? There's not gameplay in this game. It's boobies. It's buttholes.
Did you ever play women characters so you could stare at the behinds? If you stared at a man's behind, then it's gay, but if it's a woman...
Oh, I see. No, I don't know. I always thought the guys look cooler.
I had a bunch of friends who were like, I prefer women because I don't want to stare at a guy's ass for 12 hours.
That's the guy who's definitely very gay. Anytime I was like, what am I going to stare at a guy's ass the whole time? I'm like, pretty sure when I'm playing Spawn in a game, I'm not like, ew, yucky, his butt bum. He's bing bing. I don't like that. It's like, no, what about everything else on screen? But to be fair, if there was a man caked up, I mean, I might... It's like when it'd be the opposite of what I used to do. What I used to do back in the day is when I had Nintendo 64, I got so scared playing Quake 3 that I'd call my mom in to watch me finish playing a level. I'd be like, hey mom, come check this out, it's really cool. And she'd walk in and I'd be able to play. She's like, what am I looking at? I'm like, You feel less scared now that someone's there, right? Be the opposite. I'd be watching MLB Slugfest 06. Albert Pujols comes up to bat. Hey mom, I'm busy, don't come in here for a while.
My mom did the opposite. She would call me to play video games because she would throw up and get sick because of the motion sickness.
Oh, playing what game? What game?
Spyro for the PlayStation 1. She's like,
oh! Nick, hold my hand. Nick, hold my hand. The purple dragon.
I remember we took like a day off of school and she took off work to beat it. And like overnight, she was like, I had a bowl, like a bucket next to her.
Oh my God.
She was like, oh.
It's not worth it.
After that, though, she's like, I'm done with video games. So.
I think the only game my mom ever played was, which actually this is a good game, it was Donald Duck's Going Quackers.
I've never played it.
That's what people who like money play. That's just me. Hey, if you're ready to embark on your own PC building journey, look no farther! Check out the Furion collection from our partners at StarForge. The PC is stunning and powerful. It comes along with the new Party Desk Mat, Party of Heroes wall art, and also Furion plate light for the PC. Already have a PC that you love but enjoy the show? StarForge has a case bundle too that has the mat, the wall art, the plate light, plus a Furion case to improve the space where you game. If you're looking for a new PC or you're looking to just kind of upgrade your PC setup, head over to StarForge. They're a great sponsor. We appreciate them. Now, back to the video. Back in the day, however, many games cater to this audience unapologetically. Franchises like Dead or Alive, for example, revolve around a cast of predominantly female fighters that don't shy away from showing off their bodies. Team Ninja, the developers of the series, were well known for their iconic and advanced breast physics that focused heavily on these aspects of the game, sometimes even giving you menu options to adjust the amount of breast movement shown during the gameplay, which if you have the tools, why not use expose them. Am I right? If you're like, I mean, we could give them the option of how jiggly they want it. Why would you, just even for the comedy sakes of it, why wouldn't you?
I recently saw a clip of like, it's like a character model turning and her titties are doing the 6-7.
One of the most intense presets labeled OMG had breast whipping non-stop during fights to the point where it was distracting to some players. Team Ninja knew their core audience. However, as they created a non-fighter series called Dead or Alive Extreme, these games put all the characters on a beach vacation where you could play mini games and, more importantly, build romantic relationships with your favorite characters. Didn't people freak out when the new Dead or Alive came out and it was like they covered all of them? What was the thing, like, remember there was like a game, there was a game recently within like recent years that was like, they robbed us, because they were seeing the character sheets and it's like, you can't even get behind and see anything now because they're clothed.
That was Stellar Blade.
Oh, Stellar Blade. Okay.
I think you're right with Dead or Alive. They were scantily clad and then they kind of made them a little less revealing.
Yeah, because women said it was sexist. Ladies, go play Going Quackers and let us men have fun, right?
Women ruin everything.
Well, that's just absolutely true. Going from a fighting game to where it's just a beach thing where you can role play a relationship and do mini games, next level thinking, dude.
I think when it first came out, there was a lot of, they weren't, you know, gooners weren't adamant to admit they were gooning to it, but they were
yeah, they were definitely, it's just good, it's like better than Tekken.
They're just like, the games are fun. It's actually fun. The story's good.
It's good. I do it because the story, it's actually good. Today, there are still Gooner games that are much more overt, propped up ever more by the growing number of indie developers making their horny dreams a reality. Crushing Force is a loud and proud Gooner game, as the creator warns you up front on the download page that it contains inflation, furries, copious farting, vor, and crushing. Oh yeah.
When I saw gameplay of this, I couldn't believe it was real.
I thought I was impressed with the animation. I saw the thing, I was like, God damn. It's something where it's like, it's funny for a second, but I'm like, this is actual, like, people one-handing it. It look like those with the glove on playing Tetris. You know what I'm talking about? Have you seen those guys? You ever sit there one tapping it while you're beating your shit underneath it? Despite being very clear about what it is, many players who poke fun at it report that the mechanics are legitimately good, and the game as a whole has sauce. Which I'm always a sucker for those, like, classic Street Fighter, like, you know what I mean? Like the 2D Marvel vs. Capcom-esque kind of like 2D fighter stuff. The debate surrounding Gooner games becomes more interesting as we move into more mainstream titles. To some, it's clear as day, but many believe the label it doles out unjustly. Which leads us to, I would say, the most obvious of the current age Gooner games. This one, I would say this is probably the Gooner game right now. Marvel Rivals is one of the newest hero shooters to blow up and achieve mass success. It has also seen one of the quickest developments of a Gooner fandom. The game was released in December of 2024, and by March of 2025, articles were already written about how it had become a massive hit with the Rule 34 communities, which if you don't know what Rule 34 is, corn. With only a few months of playtime, people had lost their minds over the characters and skins, and this was starting to affect the community as a whole. Also, I mean, here's the thing. With a thing like, if it's a superhero game, what do you think superheroes gonna have bad genetics? They're all gonna be pretty good looking people. Remember the Blob, X-Men, the big fat? Even he was kind of cute. He was a big fatty. Even in horror games, you know, also does it kind of right is Resident Evil. They always have like some pretty girl in there, and even a hot guy. I mean, this new one, people are. I'll tell you what, the amount of girls I saw that were flicking their beans to Leon, holy moly, he'd do anything. He'd be like, and the girl would like pause it at her streaming setup. Okay, you like one of those? Like,
Just
really?
Pause chat real quick.
Editor cut all that. Do you think the Gooners, these Gooner types who are obsessed with, or like, you know, if you're just like, I'm horned up playing this game, do you think it's just preference, or is it just like the developers try to just be like, they have to have a nice ass, they have to have big titties? You know, I don't see a lot bulge, or even bulge in games. Where's the bulge at? I'm talking like a curled up. It's like actually, yeah, it's like a print. How you gonna have Steve Rogers in a game? You don't have one print.
If you're looking at older comics, they definitely, I mean, even Spider-Man's caked up, you know, when he's doing his shit. Women definitely have defined ass and big cleavage. But this was a Chinese company, and I think the Chinese know how to cater to gamers.
I think they know. I guess that's true, is that American studios that do it, they always try to make them like
Woke.
I think they try to make them look like, I don't know, like amiibo figures or something. Like very kid friendly versus introducing more of like an Asian influence of art style or something like almost anime-esque these designs. I think it bridged that gap of people being like, which I think was smart. No one wants to see a fucking, which listen, Jack Kirby's the king. I love Jack Kirby. I love all of them. Frank Miller. I love all the old guys. Sam Keith. Rip Sam Keith. Rest in peace to one of the goats. The Max. You ever read The Max? It's good stuff. Man just passed away. Has like one of my favorite Wolverine runs. It doesn't matter. All I'm saying is that for a new age audience, people who are all obsessed with anime and shit, having those characters be more in an anime style, I think it does help a lot. So yeah, they've always been caked up, but it's old-timey 60s caked. Come on, dude. Or even 90s pockets. You just want to see nothing but pockets? No, dude. I want fat and I want mushroom prints. That's why that'd be my advocate, is just be like, yeah, I mean, big asses and big titties are cool. Throw a couple pork chops on the grill there and see what we can do. You know what I mean? Slap those guys together like that. I'm talking environmental damage. I want some beavers in there. It hadn't even been out for half a year, and certain players didn't even want to touch the game because they already knew that the game and its community were filled with degeneracy. Newsflash, that's every game. Is there a single game you can play now without people being like, oh, this game, really, you playing this one, really? You always have to play like a no-name title, or then people are like, what is this? So then they can hop on it.
And then it gets popular, and then everyone's like, well, I played that before I got popular.
Are gamers the worst fandom?
Yes.
I'm not gonna go to board games. Because board game, I don't really like the board game culture either. People who play board games, you scare me. But I will say, you know, I was looking at, I want old children's board games, not newer. For drinking IPAs, bullshit. I'm talking, remember It from the Pit? You never heard of It from the Pit? Oh, I tried finding one. It's impossible to find like an actual completed one. If anyone has a copy of It from the Pit that they don't have anymore, it's like one of the fun ones where it's like, it's very simple. All you have is a dice, and you have some kind of motorized, it was really big in like the 80s and 90s. I'm not gonna explain the whole thing. It's show a picture. It's really fun. That's the kind of stuff. If someone shows up with, and what is it, Wingspan and I don't know, Space Camper, hey, figure we can have a couple of these and game out tonight. I'm gonna say, get the out of here, dude. But if my boy shows up with Tito's and It from the Pit, or what, it's gonna be a good night. It's gonna be a damn good night. Be smoking cigars and shit, rolling dice and shit, because it's almost like shooting dice with a addict in like a back alley. Oh, almost. Thing got a hold of me. It's not like you had to dig in to find stuff either. Before season 1 even launched, people were making mods to turn all the female characters fat in game, which went viral on Twitter, which is just fun. Which honestly, I think knowing how much pre-production goes into games now, I think that should be an option with everything. So you have like the super hot version, you have a medium version, or maybe you're just like, I don't want to look at this skinny all day, and you look at yourself, you feel bad. Maybe a more realistic version, and then a big fat. Wouldn't that be nice?
Uncharted, I think, started that.
Really?
They had in the game, I'm pretty sure they had a fat Drake model that you could play.
Yeah. No, you know, mouth breathing all the way through there. But behind cover, still getting shot because he's so fat. They need to add that, but it needs to make it easier. Like there's like you can barely run and you can't climb. See, the game like almost breaks because it's just being like, you think some fat ass is gonna be able to like jump and scale the side of a mountain like you do in Uncharted? Yeah, right. There's a whole new caveat where you have to go get like a medical crane that lifts you up the side of the mountain. Marvel also knew their community was filled with gooners because during the summer, they released a swimsuit collection featuring all the female characters in little thongs with more advanced jiggle physics. I mean, dude. I mean, like money. I mean, come on. With each skin also came character-specific victory poses and emotes that showed off the bathing suits in provocative positions. Deadpool, one of the newest additions, shoves his fat, bouncing ass into the camera within the first 10 seconds of the announcement. It's funny. Do you think Ryan Gosling approves? This is actually very funny. Is that a good Ryan Reynolds impression? Pretty much just always sounds like this. Is when he's talking, he has to go kind of quick, and he kind of talks like that. With the devs and the game's creative director feeding into the fan base's desires, it has created some of the most depraved and desperate players. One person said, which I do love that. Depraved and desperate players, please. One person said that they downloaded the game after having a long shift at work and wanted to play something different because everything else was so repetitive. I'm like, Marvel Rivals, what are you talking about? They were instantly addicted to the game the second they booted it up for the first time. However, in future sessions, they started to notice that they couldn't start the game without popping a chubby. Oh, dang it.
Like Pavlov's dog or whatever, every time he turns on the computer, he just gets hard because he knows. Oh.
Yeah, they hear a bell, you start salivating. It got to the point where they would. I thought you were playing with your for a second. I was like,
It's
Jesus.
getting hot in here.
Tell me. It got to the point where they would endlessly sit on the menu screen and pull their PUD for a good long while before being able to resume the game. What the f are we talking about? Why are we talking about this? Multiple players, both male and female, have admitted to mushing their folds, to quote, to Psylocke's wobble meat, and how every single female character in the game makes them go feral. Psylocke's wobble meat.
That's a quote. Someone said that.
How many people do you think that are gooners like this have erectile dysfunction?
God, most.
You think so? Do you think they're just soft pudding it, basically just slapping around like a dead fish in their hand?
Come on.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Work.
Uncle Ben, get up.
Exactly. Yeah. Uncle Ben, get up. Yeah, exactly. With great power. This is your in your hand. With great power comes great responsibility. I think that the only thing that I'm pissed at is where's the mushroom print? We need mushroom prints. We need mushroom prints in these games. It's bullshit. Then also, you know what I do? You know what I do though? You don't do this for women. All the women are beautiful genetic queens. But for the guys, you know what you do? You give a couple of them a small. Bring it down to our level a little bit, right? Come on, it's for the boys.
I think that would actually upset fan bases because, like, for example, if Spider-Man had a small.
Dude, Peter Parker has a small. There's no way. There's no way Spider-Man's packing. No, dude. I don't think Tom Holland's packing either. I don't give Zendaya or whatever. I'm talking that I think that he's a little aardvark tongue or something.
Shooting a Spidey web at her.
Exactly. Stand still. I'm guessing that. Maybe he's talking to Zendaya. I don't know who he's talking to. All right, well. Overwatch was one of the most popular games for its time. The hero shooter, which carries a wide cast of characters, has an adoring fan base, or at least they used to. It's kind of dead now.
Yeah, Marvel Rivals has taken Overwatch's space.
Which it's the same game, essentially, except one's first person and one's not.
And then, unlike Overwatch, Marvel Rivals has embraced the Gooner.
Oh, so, well, yeah, because that's Blizzard, right? Blizzard is not going to want to do that. The hottest thing they ever made was Tauren. You ever see a Tauren woman? Overwatch is a unique case. While people are certain that Overwatch is a Gooner game, it's noticeably more tame than many of the other games out there. While the game occasionally features a questionably horny skin from time to time, the Gooner label has mostly been spawned due to players in the community frothing at the mouth over their favorite characters and mostly doing their own art. A lot of community art, which I think unironically made the game stronger. Like the roots of the fan base, because it's like they didn't even have to do that, it was their fans doing it.
Yeah, Blizzard was just like, oh, we don't even have to hornify them. You know, they're...
Yeah.
But see, Marvel Rivals.
Oh, they did it from the get-go. If we're gonna win these people over, we need to flash in the pan kind of thing. One of the most infamous examples of this was a series of posts to the Overwatch forum made by a user named Tyrone. In them, he was hyper-focused on the character's feet, requesting changes be made to showcase them more. Posts like, and I quote, add an emote for every character that allows them to permanently remove their shoes. All males would have socks and females would not. I think it makes a lot of sense. Sometimes you just want to take off your shoes and relax. Am I right? Thank you, Tyrone. I'd like to think he's definitely Shinji's dad. Keep the men's shoes on, but be able to remove the women's. Yeah, it's like, well, don't guys like taking their shoes off too to relax? Shut up. Stand up and look at the ground. What do you see? You see your own feet. Yet in Overwatch, you look down and you don't even see your own feet. Makes no sense at all. Do you think there's like a ton of people that think that? I think that for cleavage. I think a guy gets a girl skin and they want to look down and see cleavage. I'm actually wondering feet. So I know feet online is a meme for like, oh, you're going to show those for free. But I don't know how much people actually find feet attractive.
I don't think it's a lot, but I think it's more than you think.
I mean, probably. Ever tell you that time when I was like 19, I got with a girl from Athlete's Foot? Ever tell you that? It was unbelievable.
Did you get Athlete's Foot?
Oh my, yeah. It was like all peeled and shit like that. Looked like Freddy Krueger's face. It was up. You know, too, I went back. I was 19. What am I supposed to do? Not go back? She just pulled a little Mighty Joe Young. She was like, get in there. Awesome. I couldn't believe it. It was like one of the happiest days. I told everybody. I think I told people too. I was like, she had Athlete's Foot. I didn't give a I literally, I just spat her feet and went at it. It was unreal. Also, editor, you might have to cut all that because I will say that was not my wife. Okay. But it goes far beyond a few horn dogs drooling over character skins. Overwatch Corn blew up massively at its peak, with the first game alone having over 152,000 posts on Rule 34. As far as animated content, Overwatch was one of the most searched words on Cornhub in 2016, ranking just above. How did Overwatch beat out That's insane. Usage of Source Filmmaker and Blender soared due to the high influx of people ripping the Overwatch models from the game to animate their own steamy videos to upload online. People still seem to attribute innovations and advancements in their technology to the endless development of this type of content, which it is. It's insane. People doing that kind of stuff has done nothing but help improve the software. Isn't that crazy? Many franchises lose their wholesome fan bases once the Gooners learn of their female protagonist. This is especially true for Nier Automata. One of the main characters in the Automata is an android woman named 2B, dressed in a short black dress, thigh-high leather boots, and white bodysuit. And as you can imagine, people have been losing their minds over the character since the game's release in 2018. Right at the game's launch, over 30 adult mods were created and downloaded over 500,000 times. And to this day, Nier Automata has some of the most downloaded NSFW mods on multiple modding websites, which is kind of impressive. If I was the modeler, I'd be flattered. I'd be very flattered. The developer of the game, Yoko Taro, is actually a Gooner himself and clearly made the game with 2B's sex appeal in mind. He's fully accepting of the NSFW content that has come out of the Gooner fanbase. Before the game even launched, there was a rumor that 2B's undercarriage was anatomically correct. Which also, if I'm gonna go the whole route of designing it, I'm gonna make it anatomically correct.
Also, the Japanese people are proud of being Gooners.
Oh yeah, different culture. Way different over there. They don't give a shit. They don't really have sex themselves, but they love the idea of it. Why is that?
It's because it's easier to look at pictures than to interact with people.
Than to talk with someone?
Yeah.
This is true.
Because that was like the weirdest culture shock of going into a store filled with
unbelievable.
hentai, and there's
not only people like hentai, but people that are just like, it's so casually being like, oh, okay, like
they're admiring. It's like they're admiring art, but you know that it's just like
which it is art. It's one of those things where, I don't know, like in the Midwest or whatever, it's kind of a shameful thing. I don't know, being like, oh, I guess I'm not going to go in here and do whatever. But yeah, like this was like also a game store. Okay. We went to a game store that was like 4 or 5 stories tall, and 2 of the floors, I mean, it was just nothing but and those floors were packed. It was as if it was, I mean, like it was a busy shopping day, but it was so casual. It was unbelievable.
It's a lot of old guys too. And they like bunch together, they'll lift something up, and then like 3 of them will come and be like, oh, what'd you find?
They do. It is a thing. He's like a spread, and the guys are like, It's very communal. It's kind of sweet in a way, I guess. Me and Alison were walking around, and we saw some of that stuff. It wasn't as bad until we went to Nakano Broadway. We went to one of the Mondorock stores. There's like 7 Mondorock stores there, you know. We went to the one of the bookstores, and there was this huge section, whatever. It was like right next. I was not in there for that, but I was looking through one of the books, and I was down this aisle, and this guy, I don't know if I should say what it was, but it was like some pretty depraved shit, okay? And Alison was like, oh my God. And I was like, don't look at it. Go. Don't look at it. Go. But it was just open. But it was another thing, once again, to your point, a guy walked by and did, he was looking over his shoulder. Yoko's admitted that he's a Gooner as well. When asked about his sexual female character designs, he told reporters, and I quote, I just really like girls.
I had a similar thing happen. Not a reporter, but I was high on acid, and I was having a miserable time, and my coworker, trying to cheer me up, not knowing I was high, he just thought I was sad. He's like, hey man, I heard you like drawing. What do you like to draw? And then I just put a creepy smile, and I was like, girls. The funny thing is, I don't draw girls, so I don't know why I said that.
That is funny.
But
the funny thing is, I don't really do it. I'm just a creep who's high on acid. Where was this at PM's?
Is that Papa Murphy's? We were rolling dough balls.
Getting all hard, pressing up against mozzarella balls and shit.
Yeah, he tried to continue the conversation of like, oh, well, why do you like drawing them? They're curves.
Oh my God, Nick, stop. You're no more. No more of that. I'm quickly pivoting too. Also, we were away from that conversation. You just had to get that out, didn't you? My God. Like Yoko, many of the fans will staunchly defend their obsession with 2B's character design and will gang up on anyone who is tired of seeing her half naked. I think she's cold. Let her have a sweater. You! On more than one occasion, casual fans will post, and I quote, is anyone else sick of the cosplays and horny posting? Is anyone else sick of the cosplays and horny posting? Is anyone else sick of the cosplay and the horny posting?
That is the One Piece subreddit. It's just women cosplaying, horny cosplaying, and of course they get upvoted a bunch. Is
anyone else tired of the cosplay and horny posting? Is anyone else tired of being tempted by the devil? Eat your shit like crazy, animal style. One of the most widely discussed titles in Gunnar game genre is undoubtedly Zenless Zone Zero, an anime fantasy gacha that we've briefly discussed on this channel in the past, specifically in regards to a controversy in which developers removed the ability for players to angle the camera down for an upskirt view, and the onslaught of furious criticism led to the creators, MiHoYo, reversing the decision in about the span of 24 hours. News publications referred to this event as Gunnar 9/11, which is pretty funny. This game boasts a whopping 80,000 posts on Rule 34, despite only being released in 2024. Some of the internet's toughest soldiers demand that people stop calling ZZZ a Gunnar game, explaining how it's a lore-rich game with great gameplay. No matter how well developed a game is, however, you can't escape what's right in front of you. Content uploaded by the Zenless Zone Zero official YouTube don't shy away from this aspect. One promotional video is literally just 1 straight minute of a character, Pulchra, getting a massage as she moans repeatedly. Play a little bit of it.
I'm so sorry.
That's the entire video. That's what the video is. In a character reveal for a newer character called Jane, she's seen interrogating a woman seductively. Within the first 10 seconds, she puts her foot in the tied up woman's face to lift the camera towards her. She just so happens to have her shoe taken off just for this moment. A little foot fetish for the people, dude. We're seeing the birth of dedicated Gunnar historians now, folks. Community members are taking it upon themselves to create in-depth charts and analyze each inch of a character's body, their secretions, and more. One brave man made a chart for the 35 characters that existed at the time, specifically to confirm if their boobs, thighs, and ass jiggled during gameplay, cutscenes, or free-roaming segments. Another post revolved around the character Yi, Ishu and Shifu, using lengthy calculations to reveal the likely volume of sweat her armpits produced, as well as the level of stink they had. Similar calculations were done to determine which of the two characters, Nicole and Caesar, produced more breast milk based on the size of their breasts, diet, hydration, stress levels, and other hormonal factors. People are documenting this, all right? This is going to go down in 80 years. This is going to be fascinating. This is going to be, I mean, people are going to be like, what were they talking about? What do you mean? There's the age-old rule. If it's on the internet, there's of it. It holds true, especially in the gaming world, if not more so. Long ago, Gunnar games were a niche genre that you couldn't find in most stores, but now it's become a very popular way to guarantee sales within a broader community of gamers. If you ever find yourself unable to play a game without having to take a pleasure pit stop, then it might be time to walk away and do some self-reflection, or double down and goon away, my friends. Goon away. The ending of Signs. Swing away! So that's what's going to stop the aliens. Instead of glasses of water, it's going to be a guy being like, if an alien came down, I could feel like a semen would be a thing. They'd be like, no.
Well, they'd be asexual. Be like, what is this?
That'd be a rude first impression. Alien coming down, a guy's just like
They
shooting ropes on him.
Shots on the face.
Do you think ever at any point a human has had sex with an alien? I'm saying in a way where it's like back shots where the guy's like Patrick Bateman looking in the mirror, slamming it.
I could see that. I could see some aliens.
At least one. I mean, one. And throughout all of it, millions of years.
I bet you there's alien civilization did a little road trip to Earth, picked up some caveman, and they were...
That alien probably got arrested. It's like horse here on Earth or something like that. You know, it's like a dog. You know what I mean?
You slept, you let it have sex with you? What are you talking about? It's like, it's called love. Love. Yeah, death penalty, death penalty.
That's our video. Gunnar games. Okay. Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on in and sit on down because today we're talking about reality television. Most importantly, we're talking about Mormon reality television.
I thought it would be cute if you guys each drew what your perfect vagina looks like to give me info.
Oh, reality TV, especially Hulu. Hulu, for some reason, is just dropping back-to-back bangers. At the Gypsy Rose show, right? That's the only one I can really think of. There's gotta be more.
Was the medieval one? Was that Hulu?
No, the Ren Fair was HBO. All we know is Hulu just dropped another absolute banger. Ever since the Gypsy Rose video, I have been consuming, ladies and gentlemen, not just food, not just alcohol and soda pops and candies and sweet treats, reality television. I think I've said before that I'm a big fan of Gold Rush, American Choppers, and Deadliest Catch, but also something came across my lap, a little manila envelope slid in front of me of a little secret new show that's blowing up, very popular right now, called The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And today, we're going to talk about this show, because let me tell you, I watched the entire season in 2 days with my friend, Trevor. Why did we do this? This is what it's like hanging out with me, dude. This is... It's not the funnest thing, but we did watch like 8.5 hours of Mormon reality television. And I've been seeing some of these things pop up on TikTok and stuff because this show is starring a bunch of people from Mom Talk, which is a Mormon subsect of mothers who twerk and dance for power. It's good liberation, I guess. I don't know. But it all started in Salt Lake City, Utah, the Mecca, the capital of Mormonism in the world. And this is where these fine LDS Latter-day Saints queens twerk and drink soda pop. There's a lot of soda pop drinking in this.
Is there?
Yeah, because Mormons don't drink pop or caffeine. They can't drink alcohol. They don't swear, and they can't before marriage, which they all break those rules. They all break those rules. A lot of times in the show that we'll get into, they'll have like mocktail people come over and they'll just drink Coke and Pepsi. I think they just have a sugar crash and then they're just like, I gotta get out of here. And then they leave after they all suck each other's and eat each other's pussies and cokes and stuff like that. And they twerk and listen to Bruno Mars or whatever. But Mom Talk is a group of 8 Mormon women who started the group. Really, it's just them using the hashtag Mom Talk on their videos of them twerking and dancing and, you know, doing like fake laughing. Mom Talk and fake laughing. Oh my God. Especially like photographs of girls being like, or they're dancing and they're like it's the funniest thing when you've done this 8 million times, dude. What's funny is you get to see behind the veil, dude, because it's just the most petty bullshit of all time. They say it's to promote positivity and highlight the femininity of women in the Mormon faith to show that they aren't just stuffy, cultish religion and to showcase their personalities, which is AKA rich, generic, famous white women that just do this. They're just clones, but they're individuals. One of them gets surgery on their pussy, and they show that. And she describes it as 2 hot dog buns. There you go. Coming up momentarily.
My meat curtains, they just hang low.
Today's video is sponsored by Fume, the leaders in flavored air. Now I've got my fair share of bad habits, and that's why I have Fume. Fume is an award-winning flavored air device that helps you fill the void when you're ditching a bad habit. The best part is, Fume is not a vape. There's no vapor, so you can use it anywhere. Plus, there's no nicotine, no toxic flavors, and no batteries involved. And Fume is meant to fidget with satisfying snaps and clicks to help calm you down when you're feeling anxious. I found that Fume is super easy to use, and some of their best flavors are orange vanilla and crisp mint. Fume has served over 300,000 customers, and you can be the next success story. For a limited time, use my code PAPAMEAT to get your free topper. It's the perfect accessory for your Fume device. Slip it onto the mouthpiece for a softer, warmer feel. Head to tryfume.com. That's tryfum.com and use code PAPAMEAT or scan the QR code on screen to get your free Fume topper when you order your journey pack today. Thank you, Fume, for sponsoring the video, and back to the video.
But the 8 members of Mom Talk, the 8 circles of hell, are Taylor Frankie Paul, Jennifer Affleck, yes, she's related to Ben Affleck, Demi Ingman, Macy Neely, Jesse Nikitakura, I definitely said that wrong. Also, I think I said a bad word at the beginning of that. Michaela Matthews, Whitney Levitt, and Layla Taylor. She's the youngest of the group. I'm gonna stir up my mouth. This group is riddled with controversies. Not really, just a couple. But some of the funnier ones is when Whitney Levitt filmed a TikTok dance in December of 2021 while in the hospital room next to her baby that was receiving care for RSV, respiratory virus that can lead to serious complications and even death if untreated. It's unbelievable because I remember even when Nick was in the room, he was like, is that the girl who danced next to her like dying child? And she was like, and we were like, I don't think so. And then in the show, they showed it. She's like, yeah, people keep leaving me hate comments. It's like, no shit. I gotta watch this video again. It's so funny. I like how she kisses at the beginning too. I love kissing at the beginning and doing, and the baby's just like, she's like, Lil Lee was taken off of oxygen. How brave, Whitney. Whitney, you're such a baddie. The next major controversy in the group is what led to the creation of the show that we're getting ready to talk about, and what led to us wanting to cover this cringy phenomenon and why I watched 8.5 hours of this. It's just the cringe. The de facto leader of the group, Taylor Frankie Paul, posted a somewhat cryptic video in May of 2022 of herself saying she was separating from her husband, Tate, and it left fans of the group to wonder what happened to cause the split. After she posted that video, Taylor posted a second video of herself in an empty house talking about living alone for the first time, getting divorced, and raising 2 kids by herself, which added to the gossip within the fan community. Oh my god. People are spilling the tea. This was the first time, too, I got to really indulge in the spilling of the tea. Petty, interpersonal that should stay behind doors, but instead it's thrown into the internet for everybody to act like they're a part of it, even though it's like gossipy bullshit that I despise. If something's going on in your personal life that's like between 2 people, I think just leave it there. Do I need to know? Because usually when it always comes out, it feels like it's just profiting one person. It's always good to know some dirt on somebody or to like kick up some shit, but at the same time, it's just pathetic. There's an extremely active community on Reddit all about mom talk gossip. Fans in the Reddit community spent their endless unemployed hours investigating and noticed that other members of the group were unfollowing Taylor, and many of them were liking comments on TikToks and Instagram that were saying Taylor cheated on Tate, and that's why they were splitting up. The plot thickens, the tea begins to spill. Finally, on May 25th, 2022, Taylor went live on TikTok to broadcast to her 3 million followers that she was in fact going through a divorce with her husband Tate. Oh my god! Taylor, tell us why! The reason they were separating was due to what they called soft swinging. And see, this is where I became very, very intrigued.
Back to being in an open relationship, Tate and I kind of opened those doors, and he never like fully went, I don't know what you would call it if it's like soft swinging, but you don't like fully switch, if that makes sense.
You're probably wondering what soft swinging is. Well, it's when people do everything but so this group of Mormon people were fucking on clits like Jolly Ranchers and deep those footlongs all day at these fucking parties where people are eating candy and drinking Sprite. Hello? I mean, like, I feel like I'm in hell. This is crazy. Can you imagine someone's like, is it too late yet to say sorry? And they're like filming TikToks and the guys in the background like, and they're like, ah! Like knocking over Bibles and shit. The group would have parties together, and at these parties, certain members of the group, not all of them, would go off into other rooms and swap partners with each other. Little swinger action, dude. To each their own.
What does God have to say about that?
He'd probably say, well, at least you're doing it with a fucking holy person. That's probably how they justified it, right? But they would not go all the way with the other members unless their own spouse was in the room with them. That is also a revelation that I forgot, that they would only fucking fuck each other unless their partner was in the room, and then they would have sex with them, which is just, it's just cucking. I always wonder, what do you get out of cucking? Look at her go. Man, you're folding her like a chair, scraping her up like a grill. Spank your ass. There you go. Sweetheart, you want to pick? Nope. Okay.
I think there's 2 philosophies. I think there's one of the humiliation of like, my wife's being f***ed, and like, that's hot.
We cover a lot of humiliation kinks, I feel like. I think the it's hot is in the same category as being like, I can't believe my wife's fucking another guy. God, it's hot.
The other reason I think is like a safety thing where it's like, well, if she's gonna f*** other guys, I want to know.
That's humiliation too. If it's, I'm gonna fuck other guys just so I know that she's doing it, that's him just being like, well, she's gonna do it anyways. You know what I mean? It's just acceptance at that point. Those are both humiliation kinks. They gotta be.
Maybe they're not very good at laying down the pipe, so they want to see someone who's actually good and be like, God damn, that's
me. Taylor stated she broke the rules of the arrangement by actually going off and having sex with another member's husband without her husband in the room, and part of the reason it was so bad was because her and the other husband actually developed feelings for each other. So Taylor, that witch, that scarlet letter of a woman, went off and had sex with the guy without her husband in the room to facilitate the arrangement and not be able to probably jack off his pud into like a bucket. Which it's like, Taylor, stop rocking the boat. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Taylor was very careful not to name anyone in the group specifically that was engaging in the soft swinging, but it led fans to speculate and come up with their own ideas of who was cheating with who. Because of all this drama, Hulu decided to pick up the show to follow the drama of the friend group. This is where entertainment's at. Okay, when I was excited about watching the show, I was like, we're gonna be watching Mormons fucking and sucking. We're not gonna see anything, obviously, because it's on Hulu, but it would be funny to be like, oh, we're gonna go drink soda pop at this guy's house, and we're all gonna be like sucking clits like Jolly Ranchers and all the other things I said before, right? Would that not be a kind of an interesting show? And then for them to kind of skirt around like, but I mean, you know, we got church tomorrow, so we can't be up too late. Like, that would be fun. I would watch that show. So far, the show has been highly criticized by members of the LDS community due to the group often acting in ways that go against the religion's teachings, like showing them occasionally drinking alcohol, dressing provocatively, and dancing in a sexual way. You're going to find out very quickly that the entire thing is very convoluted. Rules mean nothing. They mean some to some people and nothing to other people, and they're like, it's bad show. Did I watch all of it? Yes. Would I recommend it? No. Because here's one. No swinging in the entire show. How do you get out of... If you're in swinging, how the f*** you're just like, I'm not in anymore? Yeah, right, dude. Show the swinging that they're still doing. It's bullshit. To really get into the grasp before we start going into these episodes, because I'm going to tell you, I'm going into all of them. It's going to be a painful watch today. I need to introduce you all to the main cast of characters. Starting off with the head dog, Taylor Frankie Paul. She is the leader of Mom Talk. She essentially started the group by getting the other Mormon mommies that were using the hashtag together to make a friend group that filmed content together. Basically, it was a bunch of Mormons in Salt Lake City, Utah, who were twerking to Bruno Mars and Charlie Puth, or the fuck his name is. And they were just like, oh, seriously? You guys dressing provocatively don't know about God. And then they would like slap their, like you would see their ass, like, or their ass would put just like this. And they're like, yeah, Bruno Mars! Twerking in front of the camera, and their kids like dying in the background. And they're like taking shots of like RC Cola. Doing galaxy gas. Joseph Smith didn't say anything about this. Taylor's most known for being the one who caused the most controversy by revealing in a TikTok live that she and her husband were splitting up due to the group porking each other at parties and causing a huge rift within the group. She's the main focus of the show and is currently pregnant with her boyfriend's baby. We're going to get into that, all right? Her boyfriend's addicted to fentanyl. They don't really go into that either. That pissed me off, too. We'll get into that. Next up, we have Whitney Livet, a.k.a. fucking Count Dooku, dude. She wants to be Palpatine, but she's Dooku. I would say Taylor's Palpatine, and then Whitney is Count Dooku. She's sitting there with her arms cut off like, oh! She is the main antagonist of the show, if you can even call her that. She's just another Mormon mom who's just like, who else fucking hates Taylor? Who else thinks Taylor should get hit by a Hummer EV? Whitney is a catty who causes nothing but problems by poking and prodding at other members of the group and then acts surprised when people get mad at her. I think everybody has that friend. I'm Whitney. In our friend group. She does things like tell other girls secrets to different members of the group and make jokes at their expense that cause arguments, and then cries and gets pissy when they all call her out. Also, and this is just me speculation, this is a complete fabrication. It's a lie what I'm about to say. Don't take this as a joke. Her husband, Connor, is definitely gay. He's a gay man. He has to be gay. This is me joking. This is a lie. I'm fabricating. He's a gay man. Next up, we have Jesse Nagatikura. Hopefully I said that right. I don't know. I've never heard anyone on the show say her name once. Forgive me. She's the oldest member of the group at 31 years old. Oh my God, used goods. Yee. She's the wild Mormon, and they refer to her as having the loosest Mormon morals and occasionally drinks alcohol, aka she's the fucking heretic. They basically refer to her as like a demon. Also, 31, not that old. She looks like she's 58. All right, I legitimately thought she was one of the moms. I understand what I look like, but guess what? I'm being a catty bitch because we're watching reality television. That's only fair. She owns a hair salon that the girls go to so they can get their beautiful platinum blonde hair touched up and talk shit about the other girls. AKA, she makes tons of bank, and all of her cheap-ass Mormon friends go there, and they're like, do my hair today, bitch. And they get the exact same haircut, and they all just like walk out looking the exact same. The exact same. Next up, we have Michaela Matthews, one of the younger members of the group. She's mostly quiet and kind of off to the side the whole show, and only makes a comment every now and again without adding really any substance. She's a forgettable character. Forgettable meme. Sorry, Michaela. Her main issue is that she has some unknown chronic skin issue that doctors apparently can't understand or figure out, and she goes through a bunch of testing constantly, but they have no answers for it. She's a goddamn anomaly. I don't know what the hell to say it. She's just barely soft-spoken, and then all of a sudden she's covered in bruises. She is married to Jace Terry, which we never hear from him, so who gives a... And they had their first child when Michaela was 17. Jace does not appear on the show because I'm pretty sure he was in his mid to late 20s when he impregnated her when she was 16. Next up, we have Jennifer Affleck, another younger member of the group. She also has no conflict within the group, and all of her conflict comes from her psychotic albino husband who emotionally abuses and controls her in every moment. His name's Zach. He is apparently a second cousin to Ben Affleck, and they bring up that they're related every chance they get. I think the first thing Jennifer says in the show is that she was the first J-Lo to Ben Affleck, and you're like, oh my God. There's a speculation that he may not be related to Ben Affleck at all, and he's just lying about it because they have the same last name. I don't know. All right. She gets clowned on by the other girls for being the most Mormon of the group and is a lot more reserved than the others, probably because her husband is a psychopath. We'll get into that later too. Literally, he's just like, I'm going to medical school. And then she calls her and she's just like, why are you yelling at me? He's like, you dumb. What are you doing? We're getting divorced. I'm cleaning out the closet. She's like, oh my God, Zach's being weird. And then the next scene, the other girl's like, hey, so when your husband emotionally manipulated you, what happened with that? She's like, no, it's fine. It was like so blown out of proportion, like, and I deserved it. So it's like, whatever. And you're like, well, that's a fun life. I love being an Affleck. Next up, we have Macy Neely, who is Whitney's only friend on the show. After the split between the group, she also exists just to make catty comments occasionally without adding really anything to the show besides just being a fence rider. Her main conflict in the show comes from her becoming the CEO of her fertility company called Baby Mama. After Whitney has her little freak out and doesn't show up to the grand opening release party, their relationship becomes rocky. She's married to Jacob Neely. Once again, we rarely see him. Who gives a shit? Keep up with me. Keep up with me. Next, we have Layla Leanne Taylor, who's the youngest of the group. She also adds basically nothing outside of being the designated cultural hire, as she's the only one that isn't white. She's not currently dating anyone and was recently divorced, so her only real exposure to the show comes when the girls take her to Vegas for her birthday, which makes no sense because they don't drink or gamble, so they just go to Vegas just to be like, we're crazy, and then they sit in an Airbnb the entire time. So awesome.
Do you think that was like a Hulu thing? You guys have to go to Vegas.
Oh, probably. We'll get more to it when the episode comes up. I bet you anything, they're just like, you need to do something that isn't just eating candy and drinking soda pop. And they're like, yeah, we're getting our hair done. They're like, no, go to Vegas. Go to Vegas and fucking smoke a cigarette. And they're like, oh my God, what? No. And then lastly, we have Demi Ingman, becomes the main enemy of Whitney and leads all the girls to go against Whitney, as she is the most outspoken of the group and leads to a lot of the shit talking. I would say Demi's probably my favorite of the entire series. All right, I'll say it.
Okay.
May I say it?
You may.
Her husband, Brett Ingman, is 16 years older than her, and fans online have discovered that he was a family friend of hers when growing up, so people believe the age gap relationship is partial grooming. But the relationship seems to be very strong, and they don't argue like all the other couples. Demi said that she knew Brett at the age of 9 when Brett was still married to his first wife and having babies, which does sound awkward. But I will say she seems the most normal, and he seems like the most normal guy. Do I know that for a fact? I have no idea, right? This is a petty, terrible show with snakes and tall grass. I have no idea. But all I can say is, out of all of them, I'm like, I would rather just be in that household. If I was to be a son to any of them, I'd be like, give me to that, those people. Let's get into some of the guys here, because the men in the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives are very interesting because they're all terrible. They all seem to be terrible, terrible people. Anyways, let's talk about Dakota. Taylor's boyfriend, he is a former heroin and fentanyl addict that gets Taylor pregnant immediately after she gets divorced. I think she gets divorced, and a month later, she's like, I'm gonna need a pregnancy test. And I know that motherfucker's ramming fentanyl still. I was like, give me some fentanyl stuff in the show. Holding out the entire season, doesn't come. If you're looking for fentanyl content, this is not the place to come. Taylor later disclosed that Dakota was the other husband she fell in love with during the soft swinging scandal. So, she got down real good by the fentanyl and she fell in love. Can you blame her? The thing about Dakota is he is very emotional and manipulative towards her, but they always end up back together and work through their current fight before immediately starting a new one. He pretty much blows up at her. She's just like, what the f? And he comes in and he's like, babe, honestly, I was out of line. I'll never happen again. And then she's just like, I'm going to Chippendale's show in Vegas. And he's just like, what the fuck? You stupid bitch. And then a day later, baby, why do we keep doing this? It's every day. Next up, we have Connor. Gay guy. Whitney's husband, he seems to be totally checked out of the relationship and is almost definitely gay. All right. He seems completely gone. He seems soulless. He seems unhappy. This is the kind of guy where I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's just time to write him the divorce papers and say, let's just split. Shake hands and split, dude. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it's worth fighting harder when you have a kid. All right. They have a lot of kids. They're Mormons. They got pups. All right. Connor's accused by some of the others of having been on Tinder, which causes some arguments between him and Whitney, but he takes full responsibility for his actions. He's just like, yes, I did do that. That's fucked up.
I had a real problem, and it led to something that really hurt my wife. I'm so sorry.
My whole speculation with it, I think it was Grindr. I unironically believe it was Grindr, and they're not giving us that bit. They're like, we'll fucking sue you. Telling people it's Tinder. Whitney claims she wants to be out of the drama and not involved, but he will regularly update her on all the gossip he hears about the group. She basically forces him to be like, tell me everything the other men are saying. She's like, what happened? He's like, oh, you want me to... Okay, yeah, Taylor's mad at Dakota. And she's like, obviously. He's like, yeah. And he sees his gardener outside and he's just like... I thought at one point, I thought that she was gonna walk in on him she's dancing with her sick baby, and then Connor's just sucking, doing whatever he can, having a good time. Why not, dude? Connor, get out there. Get on Grindr. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but the most evil person I've ever seen on a reality television show is Zach Affleck, who's Jennifer's husband. His family is apparently extremely wealthy, as they are all doctors, and they gave him a ton of money for medical school, but he blew it all on his gambling addiction. Okay? He's extremely emotionally abusive and threatens to divorce her and says he doesn't love her anymore and calls her names because she went to Chippendale's show on Layla's birthday trip to Vegas, which let me tell you, the Chippendale show, she wasn't even in the same room as the show. She went up and said, "Hi, nice to meet you," and talked to them. And he was like, "You're a bunch of whores." He was in Vegas with her because he didn't trust her to go. And he's just like sitting at the table gambling. He's like texting her like, "You're a dumb cunt. Like, I hope you die in hell, you rotten whore." And he's like, "Hit me." 22, my luck. Now that we're introduced to everything, I'm just going to do an episode by episode breakdown because I think it's funny. That's all I got to tell you. So let's get into episode 1. Episode 1 is quite the hook. First off, you realize very quickly that all of the episodes are labeled after books because it's religious, right?
Oh, because of the Book of Mormon.
The Book of Mormon. Or like, you know, the Book of John. You know, they say that about all kinds of shit. The first episode takes place after all the swinging drama has calmed down a bit and Taylor meets with one of the girls at a restaurant. Taylor and Whitney haven't seen each other in a while since Whitney and Connor just moved back from Hawaii. So they also meet at a restaurant and talk about the reveal of the swinger parties, and Whitney says she can't trust Taylor anymore.
Genuinely was like, I don't feel safe with Taylor. I never want to make a video with Taylor ever again. Like, I still don't really trust you.
They don't ever say who was in the swinging thing, but right there it makes you think Whitney and Connor were definitely fucking. Also, here's another thing. Connor was...
I was gonna say Connor watching. That's why he was involved in the swinger thing, because he's getting off seeing other dudes.
Oh, I bet you think Connor was getting sucked by other dudes. You know, like people are just like, I don't know, let's have a couple shots and get crazy. He opens up like a Gatorade lemon lime and he's just like, well, let's just get nuts. He's like pouring some like Tang powder into a glass and he's just like, I don't know, let's just see if we can forget some shit tonight, huh? He slams it down. I'm gonna make you see God tonight. Connor might even get me excited about it. I'm like, I don't know, Connor, let's go to a closet. Taylor talks about how she started recently seeing Dakota, a former heroin and fentanyl addict, and tells her mom she might be pregnant with his baby.
I have to take a pregnancy test tonight. You're so stupid. You're always screwing up everything. It pisses me off.
In the first episode, there's a part where she's like, I'm gonna tell everybody that Connor was on Tinder. And to me, I was like, she's just saying that because everyone's just like, yeah, the dude's like definitely probably in love with another guy.
Makes me feel like my whole marriage was just like a lie.
She tells people and people are like, oh my God, he was on Tinder talking to someone else. Oh my God. And then Taylor's like, hey, by the way, I just pissed on a stick and I'm pregnant. There's something brewing in me. Easy bake oven right here. Everyone's like, oh my God. And then Whitney gets mad that she's like, you stole my moment.
What the actual Taylor? Immediately, right after sharing this trauma that's happening to me. For you immediately talk about something traumatic that's going on in your life.
Can you compare this to that?
Well, Taylor also said, she's like, I'm pregnant, but I think I lost it.
Oh yeah, she's like, I think I lost it because I just like queefed out a bunch of blood in the toilet. So it's probably dead. It's scrambled up and God took it. And Whitney's like sitting there like in like a Snuggie or whatever, like, this is my moment where people are supposed to be paying attention to me and what I'm feeling. If anything, in that moment, wouldn't she just be like, well, I mean, I could be in that boat, right? Most of this episode is kind of explaining the backstory and who the cast is. But the climax of episode 1 shows police body cam footage of cops coming to Taylor and Dakota's house after she gets drunk and argues with Dakota, but then throws a children's play set and metal chairs at him and accidentally hits one of her kids.
Oh my God. Really?
Yes. Yeah. The episode ends with Taylor being arrested, which I was like, if this is going to be some weird, catty, like drunk Mormon shit, I was like, I'm in. Episode 2 takes place 11 months after the first episode. I thought that was fucking crazy. Episode 2 is The Book of Belonging. The episode takes place 11 months after the first episode and shows that Taylor is 9 months pregnant with Dakota's baby. And guess what? After that assault and stuff, the body cam footage was like fucked. I mean, it was like, I was like, this is disgusting. And he's like, I stuck with her because that's my baby. Like, that's my mom, my baby's mama. All of these relationships, besides Demi and her fucking boyfriend who's like 75, or her husband who's 75 years older than her, those are the only people where I'm like, this is probably a good functioning relationship. Everything else just seems like we're just beaten down like dogs.
The crew stopped filming when Taylor was in jail because they knew nothing good was gonna happen.
Oh yeah, exactly. Of course they're gonna stop filming for 9 months because they're just like, okay, well the one person who was like kind of doing anything in the show is gone. All these other are just eating beef jerky and cosmic brownies and being like, I can't believe we're so bad. It's like, whatever, dude. You want to watch me get my hair done? And the crew's just like, pack it up. Well, let's just wait till she's done for prison. My God. But now Whitney is leading a campaign against Taylor and is somewhat declaring herself as the new leader of Mom Talk, which I thought was kind of cringy too. I'm like, it's a hashtag on TikTok. She's like, I'm the new leader. Cool. Whitney's discussing with some of the other girls how she wants to kick Taylor out of the group and not associate with her anymore because of her actions and how her scandals can ruin the overall image and vibe of the group. We get to see some nice petty shit of them being like, brands are gonna work with us if Taylor's doing this. And it's like, you are like advertising like pussy lotion. Whitney grapples with the really hard decision of promoting sex toys on her page, and some of the girls don't like the idea as it's a sin to crank hog. So she talks to her mom, who also agrees that promoting sex is wrong. So you can twerk your ass and show your asshole on camera twerking to Bruno Mars, but you can't just be like, hey, if you rub this on your pussy, you'll...
God does not want you to have, specifically women, to have orgasms.
That's why I want to be a... So how do I sign up for this religion? Dakota moves into Taylor's house at the end of the episode, which really pisses off her parents because they don't like him and are worried about her dating a former drug addict, which it's like, newsflash, dude. The fucking kid is already baking inside of her womb. I think we're long past that kind of stuff. Episode 3 is the Book of Saints and Sinners, which the group attends a party at one of the husband's parents' homes and are expected to be on their best behavior as the parents are much more traditional and conservative, but one of the guys brings out some vodka and a few of the group drinks it, causing judgment to be cast by some of the more conservative members of the group, aka it was Zach's parents' house, and they're like, hey, he might actually get shot here.
Jesse drinking is disrespectful, and it almost feels like she's spitting in my face.
It's one of those things where it's like avoiding like confrontation, so it's like you can tell people are upset, but no one's just like, hey, could you not just drink here at my dad's house? He's really conservative. Just say that. But instead, everyone's just like... Jennifer Affleck is having a baby blessing event and decides to uninvite the girls that have looser morals, leading the group to say that they are being split into saints and sinners, which causes more discord. AKA Zach was like, Jennifer, if they come here, I'm divorcing you. And she's like, okay. So then it gets split to people who are like, oh, we're more Mormon than you are. And it leads some of the more trashy Mormons to be like, I can be Mormon too, bitch. And that's pretty much what it is. Demi hosts a Galentine's Day party at her house where the ladies can just enjoy each other's company and have a good time bonding as women. Demi is in her bra when some of the girls arrive as she's still getting ready, and some of the girls' husbands see her in her bra, leading Taylor to claim that if she did that and Dakota found out, she would be, quote, ripped to shreds. At the Galentine's Day party, Whitney gives Demi a joke gift referencing a sexual act Demi had with her husband and told Whitney about it in secrecy. It's revealed that Whitney had actually told a bunch of the girls about it and it embarrassed Demi in front of all the girls. It's like a box of Fruit Loops or something. I think her husband said that her pussy tastes like a box of Fruit Loops or something. She got really upset. She's like, I told you that in secret.
This specific thing that she was trying to make light of and make a joke was something that was completely intimate and off the table that was between Brett and I. We swore to each other we would never tell a soul about that.
Which at the same time, I was like, Whitney, stirring the pot, dude. Dooku really trying to get that power in. But, you know, I mean, I get it. Understandably, she's upset that all the girls were laughing about an inside joke that they shouldn't understand. And Demi says that she's pissed off at Whitney because it was childish. But then Whitney says she's mad because she feels ambushed somehow because Whitney is an actual troglodyte monster. Also, I want to say at the bar mitzvah or whatever the fuck they threw for Zach's baby, whatever, all the girls have to like sit down and be quiet and only the guys can go up, and they're like, only the guys can go up because they're a part of the priesthood. So the women have to sit down and not say anything.
The reason why women don't give this blessing is because only men carry the priesthood.
And it's done in it's very quick, but I was like,
it's empowering.
I'd probably want to go to a Galentine's Day party too after that. Are you kidding me? We're only getting to heaven and you guys get to tag along. You're like... Episode 4, The Book of Truth. The girls go on a trip to Park City for Macy's birthday and to spend time together to try and repair any bad relationships within the group, but that doesn't end up happening and things just simply get worse because nothing good ever happens. It's only tragedy in this beautiful twerking TikTok glam group. It's hell. It starts out fine and the girls make some epic dance video content together, but then Demi decides she wants to break out something called the Truth Box, where the girls will anonymously ask a question to someone else in the group. That's a good idea. It starts out okay at first and it's kind of fun as the questions aren't anything too controversial, you know, but quickly devolves into girls asking very targeted and accusatory questions. Like immediately. They're like, do you like Sprite or Pepsi? She's like, Pepsi. And they're like, ah! And she's like, did you suck Derek's dick? Everyone's like... The biggest fight comes when the question is asked to Whitney, why don't you like Taylor? Dooku gets asked why he doesn't like Palpatine, dude. Whitney answers and she doesn't really care about her and that she can't trust her, and then also mentions she feels hurt that people rallied around Taylor after swinging issue and forgave her, but people still bully Whitney for the video she made about dancing next to her sick baby. It's one of the funniest moments in the entire season. It's so funny.
Connor rushes Liam to the emergency room. The first couple of days were a bit scary. I'm thinking, like, let's, you know, do something fun, and I made a video.
People keep blasting me about dancing next to my dying kid, and people forgive Taylor. What the f? The next morning, Taylor decides that she needs to hash things out with Whitney about their relationship, but the Demi comes up to them in the bathroom and keep pressing Whitney about the situation, and it turns into a big yelling match, ruining the night. It's very awkward, it's very cringy, a lot of people crying.
At this point, Mom Talk was already hanging by a thread before this trip, and now we're having this happen.
The amount of times women cry in the show is unbelievable. They do that thing too. Pet peeve of mine, dude, is when women are wearing makeup and they cry and they do like the... They tap their eyes.
Yeah, Whitney did that.
I fucking hate that. I can't believe it. They just fucking cry. You're already looking like a goddamn baboon. The girls all leave the trip feeling upset and like their relationships are worse than ever. It's just a bunch of like more catty shit. Nothing is ever said. Like, I just want you to know I'm hitting this. This is the substance. It's this quick. Now imagine sitting through an hour of that. I think the talk is 30 minutes long. About her just being like, you were never on my side. She's like, why would I be on your side? We don't ever dance and make content. You're like, this is the show. There's so much B-roll of them just like filling up cups with pop, with soda. And them eating like brownies. That's the show. Episode 5, The Book of Broken Vows. God, what the fuck is this? A Harry Potter sequel? What the fuck is this? Probably the most boring episode of the show. The big event that happens is that Layla is throwing a party to celebrate her divorce and leaving a toxic relationship. And people were like weird about that. I was like, that's cool. If I was a girl and I was like, oh, some girl is like throwing this is my dead name, I'm going back and I'm a free woman again. Is that not a fun thing to... Why not celebrate? Why make it a sad event, right? If my friend called me... If you were married and you called me like, hey, I'm throwing a party because I just divorced Paula Deen. Just sign the papers. Let's get fucking wrecked tonight. I'd be like, yes, sir. You know what I mean? Why not? Whitney left the Mom Talk group chat and all girls laugh about it. Whitney claims she isn't leaving for attention. She just needs to not talk to them so she can focus on herself and her relationship and family, but then immediately says she thinks it's weird that she left and nobody is checking up on her to see how she's doing and that she left the group chat.
Macy called me and she was like, we're making things so dramatic again. And I'm like, what? What are we making so dramatic? She's like, you leaving the group chat. Now everyone's calling me, asking me why you left the group chat. I'm like, no one called me.
She's basically like, I just didn't want to hear from them because they need to focus on Connor because he keeps hanging out with this guy, David. And I just think it's weird that no one like remotely tried to like see how I was doing. And it's like, you just said you didn't want to talk to them. Yeah, but I just want them to fawn over me and just like, I just want their attention and time and everything that they have in their presence. I'm evil. Did I tell you I'm evil yet? Macy's having a photo shoot for the upcoming release party for her company and Dakota and Taylor go to support her. But then Dakota barges in and starts to ask if they can do some professional shots of him and Taylor, which makes Macy uncomfortable because she's just kind of like, hey, I hate you, Dakota. Also, your fentanyl's dried out your mouth and your mouth smells like cat shit. Sorry. At Layla's party, Dakota and Taylor get into an argument and Macy has to be the mediator between the two of them. And during the conversation, Taylor expresses how she's afraid to commit to Dakota due to her experience with bad relationships in the past and also because she's heard rumors of Dakota cheating on her.
I feel bad because it's like been a long time. We're having a baby and I can't get over it. I can't get over it.
This episode was really boring. It was bad. Dakota's very uncharismatic. Once again, if he's not doing fentanyl, I don't care. It made me realize I'm like, this is like what Jersey Shore is. If Jersey Shore was this, it would never be that successful. You have to have the drunken fights. You gotta have the sloppy shit, right? Everyone's too fucking put together, eating Tootsie Rolls and just like you're arguing about nothing. Hearing sober people argue about petty shit is so much worse than hearing drunk people argue about the same thing. Because at least the drunk side is much more entertaining and it's like gets crazy. These people are just like, you barely even, you're like disrespectful. And you're like, wow. I'd hate to be your friend. Whoa. Episode 6, The First Book of Sin.
This is when they throw a wrench. They said the show is boring.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I thought. The producers are just like, probably had a fucking gun to his temple and he's like, if you don't do something, I'm going to pull the trigger. He's like, you go to Vegas. And the girl's like, no. He's like, go to Vegas. So the Mormon moms go to Vegas. Some of the husbands are upset that their partners are spending time alone in Vegas without them. So Zach and Dakota decide to go along with them because they're... Whitney has blocked some of the women and even unfollowed everyone from the group. So now everyone's just like, we hate Whitney. Also, Whitney's going to like a homestead thing. She's like, I'm a homestead girl.
What exactly is a homestead?
Self-sustainable living. It's up to the individual or the family to decide like how far they're going to take that. Like,
we want a farm.
Also, I immediately paused the episode when we Googled it, and now she gave up that immediately, and she's trying to be an actress in LA. Good idea, Whitney. Jessie announces she's having a labiaplasty. Remember when I talked about that earlier? And the group of girls paint pictures of their labias together. And after the surgery, Demi brings tulips in honor of her two lips that have been cut up and reconstructed. They also all poke and prod at her pussy. She like shows it, and it's I'm trying to think if I got like my dick extended or something like that. If I was like, dude, look at it now. So that makes sense. I'd probably show it off. Dude, look at it now. Look at this Johnson, dude. So, you know, I'm not going to die. I would do that shit too. The girls trick Dakota by telling him that Taylor is going into labor, which pisses him off because they can't get a hold of him. He won't answer his phone. So they're like, her water broke. And he calls her back. And they're just like, just kidding. Taylor's here. And he's just like, what the fuck is your problem? He's like, we're doing rails of fentanyl. Dakota and Zach talk about how they want to go to Vegas with the girls so they can keep an eye on them. We also learn that Zach has a huge gambling problem. One of the funniest revelations in the entire series, because you find out that his wife, Jen, is paying for everything with her TikTok and that she's supporting him through school and everything. And he's like, well, you said you're going to give me an allowance, right? And she's like, yeah, I'm going to give you $2,500. And I'm like, God damn.
I'm giving you $2,500 and I'm going to be really pissed if you lose it.
$2,500 fucking allowance for a bet. Like, you're just like, yeah, here's your play money. That's crazy. The episode ends with the girls going to Chippendales and they rub on oil on half-naked men. Zach gets pissed off at Jen and threatens to leave, but Jim is upset because she didn't even want to go in the first place. She feels like she's like, you know, I didn't even want to go. She starts yelling at him, and then like at 2 a.m, she leaves randomly, so people don't know where the fuck she's at. The clip of her getting yelled at is pretty funny.
Okay, what's going on? I thought he was cool with you being here.
No, he doesn't want to be married to me if I do stuff like that.
It's tragic out of context, but if you had to build up this entire thing, it's nice to see some other emotion that isn't just fake. They all have like very fake, like happy car salesman, realtor vibes. Oh my God, how are you? Also, everything is always like, yes! Oh my God! And I just picked up sweet potatoes at the store. Oh my God, sweet potato, yes! Okay, I love those. It's that Mormon energy, dude. It's draining. Holy f***, when I lived in Utah, it was all the time. Holy brutal. Oh yeah, Macy gets an anonymous tip that someone slept with Dakota because she has like an Instagram live or Instagram story thing that's like your confessions, and someone's like, I slept in Dakota for fentanyl. I didn't know. This is before I knew that he was dating Taylor and impregnated her. Sorry. So then Macy's like, oh my God, do I tell Taylor or do I not tell Taylor? Which we go into episode 7, which is the Book of Trust. Michaela and Jen leave the show early so they don't upset their husbands. Leave the show early, they were never there. While this is going, the other women are having a blast watching Chippendale dancers go at it, right? They're having the time of their life, which this is, if I found out my wife went to a Chippendale show, I would not give a shit. Honestly. It's just people doing, oh my God. They're performers. It's a job. My wife went to Chippendales and she had sex with every dancer. Damn. Zach threatens to divorce Jen and then goes to the casino to gamble. It's really funny. It's just like one shot. You can tell he was like, if you come near me, I'll fucking kick your ass, to the camera guy. So the camera guy's kind of far away. We learned that Zach gambled away all of his money his family gave him for medical school, which medical school's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. So good job, Zach.
His family gave him a chunk of money to help them through medical school and kind of ease the burden, and he blew right through it.
I didn't hit it big on Baccarat like I thought I would. Dakota finds out that the women went to Chippendale show and gets angry, but once again, as always, our King Dakota, the fentanyl flop himself, he apologizes as usual. I may have overreacted, baby, I'm sorry. Macy tells Taylor about Dakota cheating on her, and Taylor says that if it's true, she'll leave Dakota. Boom, boom, boom. We find out that Jen and Zach talk things out, and that even though he has narcissistic flare-ups every few months, they are just fine. It was the thing I talked about earlier, where she comes in there like, oh my God, well, what happened? And she's just like, yeah, I mean, it's like not even the huge deal. We talked it out, it's fine. When he's yelling at her on the phone, it's fucking gruesome. And she starts like bawling, why are you yelling at me? It's fucking crazy. But lastly, we go into episode 8, the last episode, which is the Book of Rumors. And Taylor confronts Dakota about the allegations, and Dakota responds in anger, saying that he's sick of hearing about Taylor's trust issues. Just trust me already, bitch, damn!
You say this stuff to me 24/7. This is what I'm saying.
So it's clear.
No, not even about this. Like, I'm just hearing this 24/7. Like, I'm sick of hearing it.
Taylor says she's scared of Dakota. I thought that was kind of crazy to hear on the last one. I think she's literally 7 days away from giving birth. She's just like, I'm afraid of him. Meanwhile, we find out Whitney is pregnant. Who cares? She's a dog. She reveals this too by she bakes the pregnancy stick into a cake. They dig through it and they're like, oh, okay, we'll eat the cake. And then someone had the actual smarts to be like, wait, is this the actual piss stick? And she's like, yeah. And they're like, that's disgusting.
Do you actually pee on that, or is it just like a...
I actually peed on that.
Okay, why did you put that in the cake?
There's a lid on it.
So yeah, then she's like, okay, I might have overlooked that one. Good news about Zach, our psychopath. He gets accepted to a medical school in New York, and Jen tells him that she can't move out there because it'll ruin her entire career that she has supported him on. You know, she likes it out here. And Zach's response is, I'm happy with that, but I don't care. You think I'm joking, but that's actually it.
I'm happy with that, but I really don't. I don't really care.
And you're like, this is going to end in some kind of like, he's going to get arrested somehow. Don't know what's going to happen. Zach will be arrested sometime in the future. Would have done great in the 80s. Zach would have had a great 80s run, but 2024. Macy launches her maternity supplement brand, Baby Mama. Whitney's invited, and the other moms make an agreement that if she doesn't show up, that they'll all unfollow her. Newsflash, she doesn't show up, so they all fucking unfollow her. Who cares? But at the same time, to me, it was uplifting to see people just in unison hate Whitney, because she's the biggest dog here. It's unbelievable. Taylor's water breaks, and her and Dakota go to the hospital. There's an insufferable video cam thing of Dakota like being all happy about it, but it's just so fucking, it's like a social media post where he's like, oh my god, I can't believe it. She's like, my water broke. And he's like, yeah, she smelled her panties. It was definitely water. It wasn't piss. And you're like, why would you include, like, just say her water broke, dude? Like, fucking getting all weird and like specific about it.
Yeah, we both like looked at each other and Taylor's like, what was that?
Thought I peed myself,
Yeah.
but it's water. I had to smell it just to confirm.
She did smell it and she confirmed it.
He's like all like coke eyes. He's like, I can't wait to be a dad. While this is going on, Michaela has a roller skating party going on because they're Mormon. Whitney arrives uninvited and the women are mad at her. Yeah, she shows up when everyone's like, what the fuck are you doing here? You know what I mean? And she's like, this is awkward.
I'm gonna go. I feel so awkward.
This is awkward.
This is so awkward right now.
She gives Macy a gift, but Macy refuses to open it. It's pretty funny. She's like, here you go. She's like, cool. Okay, this is awkward. Whitney doesn't understand why Macy's mad at her. Macy tells her that she always supports Whitney, and the one time she wanted Whitney's support, she wasn't there. Whitney shrugs us off and only thinks about herself. She's like, yeah, well, I'm feeling weird. I had indigestion, a period cramp or something. I'm pregnant. I don't know. Whitney leaves the party and says she needs to step down from mom talk, and everyone applauds. Everyone's happy about it. The universe is healing. She does go and beats a child to death and does a dance in front of it. That's not true, but it could have been. The episode ends with Taylor giving birth, and that for the first time, she feels confident in her future. Jen then declares she's leaving mom talk because of Zach. Pretty funny. I gotta leave because Zach thinks it's a bad influence. You're just like, you're hopeless. You're completely brainwashed, Jen. I feel bad for her. And Macy makes a call to women who slept with Dakota. She calls the girl and she's just like, can you tell me about your relationship with Dakota? And she's like,
I'll tell you all about it.
'Cause I just have some questions about you and Dakota and your past relationship.
I'll tell you everything.
and the episode ends. You're like, oh my God, did she do it? Who cares, dude? God damn.
I was gonna say Macy's just poking the bear.
Well, yeah, Macy's just doesn't fucking like the guy. Oh, this is the big thing I took away from it. Demi, best character in the show. She brings the most confrontation. She's the loudest, most obnoxious one. I liked watching her. And apparently her pussy tastes like Fruit Loops or something. Much like Lil Xan said, her pussy tastes like Skittles. Worst character by far is Whitney, and the person who I think will die first is Jen. Okay, those are my predictions. This show was a roller coaster ride. I don't know why I thought this would be a good episode. I don't know if it was. Don't know what I'm supposed to tell you. It was something that I watched, and the entire time I was like, I want to just talk about this. I have no idea who to talk it with. I tried talking to my wife about it. She wouldn't listen. Apparently, there's going to be a second season. I don't fucking know. I had to talk to someone about this besides my friend. I had to put it out there. I have no self-respect for myself or my time, and I hate myself. Goodbye. Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Coming in and sitting down because today we're talking about how people eat themselves. You know, we've all heard of cannibalism, right? People who eat the flesh of their own kind. Something most people find horrific and utterly fascinating. Well, today we're going to talk about a different kind of cannibalism. One that many of the people watching this video actively participate in. Oh, I bet you didn't know that, did you? Me? Cannibalize? Me? A cannibal? I could never. Liar! I'm talking about self-cannibalism, which refers to the act of eating one's self. Well, Hunter, I'm not cutting myself up and Jeffrey Dahmering myself. No, that's not what we're talking about. Because whether it's nail biting, hair eating, or gobbling boogers, that's technically a form of cannibalism. Ooh, gotcha! We got him.
I'm all three.
That's right. If you ever want to see the most disgusting fingernails on planet Earth, look at these. You're probably thinking, is this a man chained up in a cell? Is this a black and white photo of a man who was a prisoner in, Azkaban? Is that the wizard one? Sure, I'm keeping it there. Was there Death Eaters flying around? No, those are Nick's hands. Boy's got a few ticks, is what I gotta say. He is wound up tight.
It's hard for me to open a can of soda.
Yeah, no wonder. I'm like, you want a can of soda? Take a bottle of water. So today, we're going to talk about the gross reality of self-cannibalism. But
But first, let's learn a little more about what self-cannibalism is, right? We have to ask ourselves these questions all the time so we know we're all on the same page. Auto-cannibalism is closely related to, oh my God. God, that hot chicken sandwich earlier. I wish I just got like a burger. They seem like more of a burger place. It doesn't matter. I don't put this in. Auto-cannibalism is closely related with pica, which is the compulsion to swallow non-food items that provide no nutritional value. Like a bed. Show a picture of someone eating a bed.
My name is Jennifer, and I'm addicted to eating mattresses.
Or panties.
Do you think people that eat beds, that's gotta be carbs. Is there carbs in bed?
I guess it depends what the...
Is there carbs in bed? Is there carbs in bed? Yes or no?
Empty calories.
It's like a beer. People who engage with these habits often suffer from things like depression, anxiety, and OCD. I don't know what to do for OCD. For them, this becomes a way of relieving stress. That's actually so funny because that's literally what you told me with your fingernails. Show a picture once again of Nick's fingernails. Show a picture of his toenails. Your toenails like that?
Yeah.
Are they really?
I clip them though. Like I will get clippers and I will clip them down.
That's probably better than mine, dude. My toenails are rank. I got like a long one. It like grows over the curve of my. Why do I do that? Never once have I ever thought, I'm gonna sit down and clip my toenails. Never. I pick up my big one, so it's all like jagged and shit, because I just like peel it off.
I remember, I think it was my 6th grade birthday party. I had people over and I just took my sock off and started chewing on my toenail.
I'd ask you to go home, dude.
It was my birthday party.
I'm getting, okay, did your friend leave?
No, he was just like, ew, what are you doing? And then another friend's just like, leave him alone. It's his birthday party.
It's his birthday. We just have to sit here while he eats his foot. You're just like.
Then I realized I was like, oh wait, this is kind of weird. Maybe I shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
In front of people.
Yeah. That's a clue. Like you're holding your foot too. You're like scratching your head with it. People are looking at me weird. Other causes for these impulsions can be impatience, boredom, and irritation. And over time, this can become a serious issue if gone unchecked. Things like stomach ulcers, nausea, and internal bleeding, making this bad habit severely damaging to oneself. Also, I heard that if you eat a bunch of, like I eat my fingernails sometimes, click on those, I heard that they can make tiny cuts in your throat and shit. You know that?
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you were gonna say you can get worms that way. Worm eggs will hide under your fingernails. So when you eat them, you get worms.
Have you gotten worms before, Nick?
Well, at one point I thought if I ever had worms, I never got them treated. So
you like the worms? I've got worms, and I was just like, good neighbors is what they were. The causes are believed to be linked to mental illness, particularly psychosis. These harmful self-grooming habits are known as body-focused repetitive behaviors, or BFRBs, and can be genetic, starting at a young age. BFRBs have not been intensely studied and are often misunderstood and underdiagnosed. You think people eat their tongue?
Oh, yeah.
I've seen some. Don't you do that too? Don't you eat like a hole in your tongue? Or your cheek? That's what it was. I had a buddy who would eat the skin on the side of his tongue, whatever. He'd like do that, like chew on it, and he'd like chew on it, and he'd like spit it. It's just disgusting. BFRB. But with that said, I like to go through the many unique types of auto-cannibalism to show you just how strange they can get, with each one getting progressively more bizarre.
Today's video is sponsored by PDS Debt. You find yourself in debt? Are debt collectors calling you looking to take away your home, your car, your paycheck? The good news is, there's still a way out. Whether it's credit card debt, personal loans, collections, or medical bills, PDS Debt can find a personalized solution for you. PDS Debt has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and has tons of 5-star reviews on Google, plus a 5-star rating on Trustpilot. That's because PDS Debt has helped tens of thousands find alternative solutions and get out of debt in a fraction of the time. If you're currently struggling with debt, making payments every month, but balances don't seem to be going down, PDS Debt may be able to help. Being in debt and not having any money can be extremely stressful, and I went through this for a long portion of my life, and I sincerely hope I never have to go through it again. You're 30 seconds away from being debt-free, so stop living in debt and get your free assessment and find the best option for you right now at pdsdebt.com/papameat. pdsdebt.com/papameat. Thank you so much to PDS Debt for sponsoring the video, and back to the video.
Let's start off with by far the most common form of auto-cannibalism, which is biting your fingernails. How do you say that word? Onychophagia. Oh, these are nothing compared to your nails, dude. It's crazy. How do you feel? You could be a poster boy for onychophagia. We need to make make you like a Red Ribbon Army shirt that says BFRB and the thing. While it's a common form of stress relief in adults, it can lead to a variety of health issues like stomach infections, dental misalignment, and fungal infections, and even jaw pain from excessive biting. A man from Liverpool named Hanneman nearly died from this bad habit. After intense nail biting, he began to break out into a cold sweat and started to shake aggressively. I don't feel too good. He rushed to the hospital after seeing his fingernail had swollen up dramatically, and he had contracted sepsis and had to undergo 4 days under a hospital IV drip before recovering.
For that, I feel like he dipped his like finger in poo or something.
He was definitely, yeah, he fucking dipped his finger in poo, because he's probably digging down in there, getting poo in your finger like that. Didn't wipe very good, it's itchy in me bum hole. Whatever, and the next one he's like, huh? And it's like huge, what? That kind of thing. Why does poo? Comes from me. Why is it so infectious?
Poo?
Yeah.
It's bacteria, it's your waste.
Yeah, with this. It came from me, what, I can't eat it? Just like shit all over my face. And on top of the potential health risks, many just find that they are ashamed of the way that their damaged hands look. Ashamed of the way their damaged hands look. Ashamed of the way their damaged hands look. Ashamed of the way their damaged hands look.
I think there's only been one time where I was afraid for just have a date look at my hands because she was
just one.
She was
Why?
so beautiful. I didn't want.
You're like, I've only been on a date with one person I ever truly found beautiful. Keep that in mind, ladies. If he's not hiding his hands, you're a dog. But where this really starts to escalate is when the next stage, toenail biting, happens. God, you've done all of these, Nick. Not only does this come with similar risks, but it can cause serious interpersonal conflicts due to the gross nature of the act.
My birthday party.
Literally. God, dude. Do you eat your boogers?
No.
Okay.
I have when I was younger.
Yeah, just no. No. It's fine. We end on no. No. But I have done it before.
When you're little, I mean, I feel like that's like a thing.
How little, dude? When you were driving your car?
Yeah. 21.
According to one man, he has to secretly store mouthwash in multiple areas of this house so that he could clean his mouth quickly after kissing his girlfriend due to her excessive toenail biting. Also, dude, the bro's down bad. She better have she better have a whop on her if that's the case, dude. Be like, mate, why don't you just leave her? Leave her. Everyone's from Liverpool now. Why don't you just leave her? And he's just like, I can't. Got like cuts and shit from her toenail, whatever, on his lip. I can't. It's too good. It's like the genie granting me a wish every time. No, it could be that good for me, dude. I'm like, I'm getting the fuck out of here, man. Biting your toenail. If I came in and something was all curled up like a pretzel, like, I'd be like, and I'd leave. I say, snap, crackle, pop. I'm out of there, dude. Others admit that they are in their 40s and still secretly bite their toenails when their wives are not looking. That's impressive. Do a quick like cat stretch real quick. And put it back down. Some even lament that despite the insane amount of pain they're under, they still can't help but rip off their entire nail plates of their toes.
See, I've had this compulsion where I was like, I just want to rip my fingernails and toenails off.
Why?
They're already so low. I was like, I just need to get rid of them. But I don't want the pain. It hurts.
We're starting to move on to much more concerning stages, which are much less commonly practiced. So let's move into dermatophagia. This is where, like I said, like once again, as we start rolling down, try to stay with me. It's gonna get worse. Gonna get kind of gross. Show a picture here. Dermatophagia.
We're gonna have a secret for all those who stay.
Yeah, but at the end of the video, we have a pretty awesome secret. So stick around. Seriously, don't leave. And if you skip in, I'll know and I'll kill you. I'll go to your house, I'll fucking kill you. I'll beat you with a hammer. You want that to happen? Then skip to this timestamp right now. This is a compulsion to bite and consume the skin of your own body. It's commonly performed on the hands, like chewing calluses and sucking on knuckles. Never have I once seen that in my life, and that would be fucking disgusting to see a guy like this. Why does that guy feel kind of good though, huh? I'm kind of sitting there, I'm like, It could also include other areas of the body, like biting the lips and cheeks to the point of causing painful sores. People that engage in this habit often have visible scarring on their body and have irritated skin. Similar to the precious types, dermatophagia can often result in infections, and the damage done to the skin can cause people to socially isolate themselves due to the shame and embarrassment of their condition. I just want to say this now, I don't want to sound rude, but anyone who does any of this shit, biting for your all that, hide. And don't come out. Go into a cave, pull a big rock over the opening, and stay there until you die, and let your soul rot in hell for all eternity.
Message received.
Message fucking received. One woman who was living with this disorder for over 20 years has dealt with a constant struggle to get rid of the bad habit, and even the risk of infection didn't motivate her to stop, with her longest break from the habit only lasting 5 weeks. People in relationships with those affected by this condition reveal that the constant sounds of chewing skin drives them insane. For the rest of I read this, just put that as background audio. One man begs for advice online, explaining that her hands, which are calloused, bleeding, and covered in loose skin, are so damaged that he no longer wants to hold her hand. It's devastating. Listen to that sound. He's like, I'm not touching it. I'm not touching that. Hold it. You know, she's like sitting there. It's like all looks like a chewed up hot dogs. You want to go for a walk? And be like, I just can't do it, dude. Adversity. You know what's one thing I can't do? Adversity. Any roadblock, I'm out of there. It's got to be perfect.
Could you imagine getting a hand job from those hands?
That'd be awesome. I bet you a hand job from some zombie hands would be insane. Be like a lizard's back or something.
That doesn't sound...
You don't like that?
No.
That doesn't sound very pleasing, honestly. And another woman online discusses her husband who, after recently getting married, witnesses him secretly peeling large pieces of his foot skin and eating it. The second that he comes home from work, pops his sock off, and goes to town. Once again, to the point where she feels too repulsed to kiss him. Peeling off your fucking heel skin like a anaconda shedding its skin is insane. But, you know, as we progress through the types of autocannibalism, things only start to get more bleak, like trichophagia. This refers to the act of ingesting one's own hair. Often to relieve stress, it can extend past just the hair on your head, but with some people pulling out beard hairs, eyebrows, eyelashes, and even hair from their genital area. Can you imagine munching down on some taint hair? This condition is seen mostly in younger children and can cause some pretty alarming health problems outside of usual bald spots that occur from pulling out your hair. Those that consume their hair for several years can slowly develop a trichobezoar to form inside their stomach. What? Just what? This picture. Pretty sure it's just a ball of hair, like a f***ing cat. Ugh. Because hair is hard for the body to break down and digest, it gets stuck inside of your body. Essentially, a human hairball forms that can sometimes travel down your gastrointestinal tract and into the bowels as it reaches the limits of your stomach wall. This is known as Rapunzel syndrome and can result in its own terrifying list of complications. Trichophagia, if left untreated, can be life-threatening. The only recourse is invasive surgery, where somebody's got to come in and probably like pull that fucking hair out. Show some pictures of that.
Probably can't show that.
I'll show it. If it's blurred, I'm sorry. Even as a child as old as 9 was rushed to the hospital due to Rapunzel syndrome, Sophie Goss had been constantly pulling out and eating her hair, to the point where her mother started putting olive oil on it at night and giving Sophie gloves to prevent her from yanking on it. So she's probably like, whoop.
She was seasoning it.
Well, I was like, this is gonna taste delicious, probably. But she's probably like, it's probably like oiling it up. She's like, why can I not? At one point, she approached her mother and told her she felt like she was going to die after throwing up a hairball and passing out. She was rushed to the hospital where a hairball the size of her belly had to be removed surgically after it created a hole in her stomach. That's insane, man. Like, I mean, think about it. That's like a hairball like that big, like a hair volleyball. Now let's talk about one of the strangest types of autocannibalism, autovampirism. Simply put, these people are drinking their own blood. All right, we've seen some people kind of mess with it. Brian Johnson, the man who's living forever. We deal in blood, but these people are drinking their own blood. They're stabbing themselves and like, They're like a giant Capri Sun canister, right? Often self-harming for the sole purpose of doing so. Some believe it is participated by some strictly for sexual pleasure, while others form an unyielding compulsion. Some also believe that consuming such a large amount of iron can actually be toxic to the human body. It's hard to know much about this specific condition, seeing as it's incredibly rare, but one woman, a 38-year-old makeup artist named Georgina Condon, documented her experience with this practice. She began picking scabs off her body and desiring a taste for blood at the age of 12, a feeling she compares to hankering for red steak. Can you imagine pulling off a scab and actually just like looking at the little motherfucker and being like, like a Listerine strip? Supposedly, she is terrified of needles and blades, which stopped being an issue once she met a man named Zamal at the vampire-themed Bloodlust Ball in Brisbane. He became her blood donor, cutting him and feeding from him every week to stay satisfied. She explains that she would never consume blood from another donor, as this would technically be cheating. Some people who want to consume parts of their own body choose to make it a whole event rather than just drinking their own blood. They decide to use it to cook an elaborate meal, like the woman who cooked a human blood sausage. Oh, this looks disgusting. Doesn't it look Nasty. Das was gut. Gwen Vandersvan, despite being dissuaded from doing so from her peers, decided to cook a blood sausage using her own blood. She didn't see what the big deal was, seeing as people eat pigs and cows without feeling anything at all. She slowly crafted the blood sausages, deciding to serve them to herself along with a friend. According to her, it was very enjoyable experience. I bet she's real fun. What, so we do it to cows all the time? I can't do it to myself? I hate when people do that shit. Oh, okay. So I guess should we just eat the dogs too? If my fat ass was given blood sausage and I was like, you want that? I'd be like, no. There's no way my blood can be good. I'd be like, no thanks. We now have to talk about the weirdest side of auto-cannibalism. Some people don't just eat their hair or small parts of their skin. They eat their entire limbs off their body. Let's talk about people eating their fingers. David Playpens, who was caught in a nasty motorcycle accident, had one of his fingers turn completely black. He was told he would have to have it amputated, but David had no interest in getting rid of it. He had also been curious about what human flesh tastes like and ultimately decided to take the finger home so they could cook it and eat it. He kept the bones as a souvenir. I've actually wondered what human tastes like, so I'd rather do that. I would say, excuse me? Would you eat, if your leg was gonna be cut off, would you cook and eat part of your leg?
No.
You said that with a lot of uncertainty. Would you?
So is someone gonna cook it up and serve it to me?
Yeah, like nice. However nice it could be. I bet my fat ass knives would taste sweet.
I'd be disgusted with it. I don't know. I'd be like, I just feel bad. My leg.
Sad eating her leg. Well, another man from New Zealand who suffered from severe depression decided on a whim that he would cut off one of his fingers for the purpose of cooking it alongside some veggies and eating it. No drugs and alcohol were involved. He was simply assessed by psychiatrists to have a vulnerable personality structure. Whatever the that means.
Did someone tell him to do it?
Yeah, he's like, okay, fine.
Or the thought just popped up, might as well.
Well, I think I will, actually. It was revealed that after being attacked by two men, he fantasized for the first time about not only killing them, but eating them as well. He claimed doing this would, quote, rob them of everything, which he felt they deserved. I do love that he's just like, I want to kill him. I also want to eat him. Only then will they have paid their debt. During a depressive episode, he started battling on insomnia and started having endless thoughts about cutting off his fingers, eventually trying to shoelace around one and slicing it off with a jigsaw. He originally planned to cut it off and consume 2 more fingers the next day, but was given more serious medical care before he could do so. He admits that he regretted the decision in the end. It's just like a crazed fucking manic episode, basically. I wonder where the fingers, though.
Probably like the easiest thing to cut off and not like bleed out.
You think so? I feel like it's just something of like it's the first, you have the thought, and what's the first thing you see? He's just like, that's the first thing he saw. I feel like, you know, I'd want, if I was gonna eat part of myself, you know, I want this part of your palm. Doesn't that just look juicy? Just scoop that out with a melon baller.
I'd go for a little ham hock.
You like a little ham hock?
Or a little muffin top.
Ooh, my muffin top would taste delicious. My muffin top would be a sweet, baby. Nice little sweet potato with it. I'd be like, God damn, I'm gonna get a little sweet tooth after this. I want ice cream. To keep the train rolling, how about we talk about the death row inmate who ate his own eyeballs? Eyeballs, ladies and gentlemen. Not just one. Pop both his muffins in. If there's a little melon bar. In 2004, a man named Andre Thomas was imprisoned after murdering both his wife, his 4-year-old son, and a 13-year-old daughter. It was reported that he cut out and held onto the hearts of both of his children and was doing so because God himself directed him to save them from the demons that lived inside of them, aka great mentally well guy. Not only did the doctors diagnose him as a paranoid schizophrenic, but he was also under the influence of a mixture of weed, alcohol, and cough syrup. I feel like the cough syrup was probably more to play there. Yeah, he was smoking reefer. Yeah, he drank a little alcohol. And he drank a bunch of cough syrup. Sure, we could blame the cough syrup all day. He was given the death penalty and put on death row, but a later case was made that he did not deserve to be executed, as he was mentally ill man, not sound of mind. Which I say, f off, dude. All right, then fine, then kill the monster. You know what I mean? Put him down. Bye-bye. While the man was behind bars, he had become convinced that the government was listening to the thoughts in his head. This motivated him to gouge out both of his eyes. He made the decision to consume his left eye after the fact because, quote, he was certain they would figure out some way to put it back in. Which, wouldn't you hate that? You know, the eyeball thing is crazy, but after reviewing this document, this was supposed to be the first one that we're going to talk about. But in my opinion, it is by far the most grotesque. So if you've made it this far, I appreciate you, but buckle up because we're going, I'm saying I want editor load this shit up with the most disgusting B-roll. This is by far the most disgusting section of the video. I'm of course referring to as mucophagy, which mucophagy refers to the act of feeding on your own mucus.
I like the word feeding.
I do too. like a bib and stuff. For some, this is nothing strange. Who hasn't eaten their boogers at least once, right? As a little kid? Little pick and scratch, little eat, who knows? While most view this act as gross and unsightly, some doctors swear by the health benefits of ingesting your own mucus. According to Dr. Joseph Mercola, consuming your dried mucus acts as a sort of potential vaccine, strengthen your body's immune system by creating antibodies and help it fight future diseases. Researchers at MIT claim that eating boogers can help protect your teeth from cavities, as ingesting it releases salivary mucins that form a barrier on your teeth that blocks bacteria. Others believe that there's not really enough research surrounding booger eating to guarantee the benefits that some people say. And not only that, but it encourages the spreading of germs of household objects, which can lead to more people getting sick.
That's why you eat, with a spoon.
You eat it with a spoon. So outside of proposed health benefits or compulsion, some just enjoy the taste. And here's a nice quote straight from the booger connoisseur's mouth. He says, and I quote, "I've loved picking my nose and eating my boogers for as long as I can remember. Not only is the feeling of picking my nose very satisfying, the more substantial the booger, the more excited I get. The taste is unlike anything I've tried before. Amazing salty flavor. If it's a dried booger, it's usually even more delectable. But runny boogers are fun to be slurped up like spaghetti." A woman that had been married for 5 years has strongly considered getting a divorce after discovering her husband had been hiding a terrible booger eating habit. After walking in on it, she asked what he was doing, to which he smiled and exclaimed, "Eating my booger?" Why does this feel the most disgusting out of everything? This might sound dumb, but it's because it feels so juvenile. Does it feel like when people do it, they're almost like a baby or something? It's kind of like almost like diaper play or some shit with it. Eating my booger. I don't know. Also the texture and the color. She repeatedly voices her disgust over how giddy he was to admit what he was doing, almost as if he was proud of it. His habit caused her to struggle kissing him, grossed out over the thought of his boogery mouth, which I'd be saying, dude, you're and you're just picturing his gums, boogers in his gums or on his tongue or something. Oh god, because was whatever, that kind of shit. Ugh. It's not clear if they ever got divorced, but she admitted that she no longer respects him the way she used to, which is just awesome.
What if you found out if Allison was a secret booger eater?
I wouldn't care, dude. That's my
What if she was eating the horse's boogers?
If I went down and I saw my wife putting her face on a horse's nostril and she was eating that, I'd probably run. That's insane. That's insane. To be fair though, if it was a big like a big one and she was I just don't know, dude. I just don't know.
Do you think? Okay, well, I think I know this answer, but is it worse to eat other people's boogers?
Yes. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Without a fucking doubt in my mind, yes. Oh my god. But as a final treat, we're going to throw in a story about a cult leader who made his followers eat his waste. So let's talk about the Thai feces eating cult. Tawi Nanra is a Thai cult leader who gained infamy in 2022 after police raided his remote jungle compound in Chayaphum. The 75-year-old man was arrested after the bodies of 11 members were found alongside him. For years, Nanra ran a cult in which he referred to as the father of all religions. He taught his followers that all ailments and illnesses could be cured by eating his skin and various body secretions. His followers would consume his dandruff, mucus, skin, piss, and shit, and the various bodies found belonged to followers that foolishly believed in his treatments, and none of his followers were doing anything by force, with one officer witnessing a member willingly drink urine during the arrest. His followers chased after the police car as the 75-year-old man was taken away. They swore by their teachings, refuting criticism made by the public about their disgusting practices, and one member in regard to eating Nanra's waste states, quote, "There isn't even an odor. Only those with tainted mind may smell it." Which I gotta say goes so hard. You smell shit? Probably because you have a dark soul. That goes kind of hard, dude. He was denied bail and remained in custody as the police began an investigation into the cult's strange activity.
Could you imagine him just sitting there? Do you think he had nose pickers?
Oh, dude, no, I think that he's sitting there and he's doing his teachings. He's like, only through me is everything here. And he does this and a girl crawls up. Oh. Probably do it with and shit too. You have to suck my fucking eat my that kind of stuff too.
But only if you want to.
But only if I'm holy. I'm very holy. Listen, auto-cannibalism is a terrifying thing, but there's a treatment for these kinds of conditions like medication and cognitive behavior therapy that can help remove the obsessive compulsions that cause these problems. And if you're someone who is just casually bites their nails or perhaps bites a callus or two, keep an eye on yourself. You may think it's stress relieving, but it's not entirely harmless. Thank you so much, and hey, I hope your bellies are full while you're eating your fingernails and skin off the heel of your foot and shit and boogers and all that during this. The booger section of this video, if you made it all the way through, I appreciate you. I don't know why, but shit feels so less invasive than the boogers. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I have a clean mind. I have a clean mind, that's why. Thank you all so much, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.
There is an implosion happening on Twitter right now between Mutahar and XQC. For people who don't know about these people, Mutahar is, I would say, a general advocate of internet trends, pop culture in that vein, talks about a lot of commentary. You might have seen him whenever he made the video on Ethan Klein back in the day, and he also runs a podcast with Oompaville, one of my good friends. And of course, you probably know XQC. I think he's the biggest streamer on Twitch or Kick or wherever the fuck he's at. He's the biggest streamer to ever live, pretty much. And there's been a big battle about reaction content. You probably see it all over YouTube. Streamers uploading their streams to YouTube, reacting to other people's content, whether it's Osmongold watching every literal second of the Johnny Depp trial, Hassan with the meme of his empty chair, or XQC putting himself in the corner of a video and uploading the entire thing. And it's caused a huge debate. And I felt, honestly, personally involved in this subject, and I thought it was all very fascinating. And I just wanted to give my 2 cents on this matter, because as a person who makes cartoons online, my shit gets uploaded, reacted to, people upload it without crediting. It's just everywhere. So I thought to myself, you know what? I think I'm going to weigh in on this and look at this little conversation. And also, it's just kind of an amusing conversation between two internet pals. So let's take a look at it. This all started with a tweet from Mutahar that said, "Just a shame garbage like this fills the recommended tab." And it's a classic XQC soy face with the Kennedy assassination. XQC reacts to Lemino. Hopefully I said that right.
Just let me know.
Which is an hour and 53-minute long video, which I'm almost positive is the actual runtime of the video that the person made, which is pretty crazy to upload the entire thing. Which, let me just go on record and say this. Initially, just before we get into all this, I think that people that react to things in a corner and upload the entire video to their site for their audience and make money off of it, regardless if they need it or not, that's like fucking really scummy. I think that you should do anything to transform content. Even if you do react to something or you use a large part of the video, are you editing it? Are you making a smaller piece of a puzzle to a larger image that you're presenting? I think is very, very key. And like I said, I don't give a fuck how rich you are or if something isn't for money or not. It's money that you're taking away from somebody else, and it's also exposure and organic growth that you're taking away from somebody who worked incredibly hard on a piece of content. That's how I feel about it. Do I think all reaction channels are bad? Absolutely not. There's a lot of people who transform content and make something new out of it that's even better, and two fan bases get to rejoice, and that's the beauty of it. But whenever a fan base or a particular content creator takes content or videos or whatever the fuck you would say, art in general, and just uses it for their own gain in that way, I think it's just really scummy. But let's go on. How did XQC respond to this? I'm sure he didn't mind. See his cute little thumbnail here. Who doesn't do a soy face? I know I do. I love it, and I'll never stop doing it. XQC followed up in the comments and he said, "I wonder what triggers people like you so much. Revenue share? Audience split? Algorithm? I've heard this complaint a million times, and most public figures tried to attack it from multiple angles, just to fall flat on their face. I'm watching a vid I like to my people. That's it." What's funny to me about this initially is, one, the general, I guess, lack of care. And then also say it's happened a million times. If somebody complained about something a million times, don't you think you'd be like, I feel like maybe there's a bit of an argument to be made here. If there's a million examples, and all these things you're saying, audience split, revenue share, and algorithm, those are all vital things for a content creator. Not everybody is the biggest streamer on the internet. It takes a long time to build an audience, and God forbid, this whole thing, let me tell you something too. Online, if you're ever doing any online work, you will find that every person says the number one rule is always accept money, do not accept exposure. So this whole argument's just like, well, what the? I'm just watching video. Okay, who cares? Yeah, but this entire video is put on your channel. It's viewed through your lens, through your audience. It diminishes all the weight of the person watching this, especially when it's just your face in the corner of a video. It's like, just put some edits in there. If money's no issue, hire multiple editors for a 2-hour-long video. Do something to transform it. You sitting there talking barely in a dark room or whatever does not justify this as transformative. It starts a whole conversation of, it just feels parasitic. Mutahar used a lot of the words cannibalistic or cannibalizing, because you are literally eating and devouring all of the growth that this person would have that took all this time to watch something that you enjoyed. This exposure, it isn't always transparent, and the money does go a long way for a lot of people who don't make a lot of fucking money. So fucking L there, in my opinion. One of the comments also said from Ryan, I'm a fan of React videos, but I feel it's extremely unfair. The original videos provider needs to get a portion of the income from your React videos, a 50-50, more for them. And XQC took very quickly. I wonder if this person's even like a reactor, if they're just like, I'm just a person on the internet who likes content, and then this large content creator is just like, they can claim the whole fucking thing, and they do a lot of times. I swear you guys just make shit up for the hell of it. My stuff gets re-uploaded for the YouTube frogs that miss the stream. Get me contradictory analytics or facts. Anything else is zzz. Re-uploading for YouTube frogs. Can't you just like, aren't the streams saved? Like, can't, if people miss a stream, can't they just go back on your Twitch and watch the streams? Like, I don't understand that argument. Well, you know, only this part of the stream was really worth watching, so I just wanted to upload it there. Or it's like, that just doesn't make any sense. I like how it's also, you have to have an exact breakdown spreadsheet of every analytical fact. You need to expose how much money you're making in general, how much money you're losing. Make that public knowledge, and then that'll be the concrete facts. That makes a lot of fucking sense. Chairman says, who does YouTube pay the ad revenue to in a situation like that? I hope it's not XQC. That's a bit of a shot. You know, we're swinging low and swinging hard. XQC promptly replied and said, imagine being so small-minded you think I care about the revenue and it's computed into anything. Now, with something like that, I think it's really important to say that, like, it's just an extremely selfish way of looking at all of this. Everything that's being said is about him and not about the ad revenue that is going towards the person who has a much larger audience, or a much smaller audience, and a much smaller, probably, scale to profit of anything. And it's somebody that's doing this out of passion, who likes to do it, who justifiably deserves to get paid the ad revenue on YouTube from such a thing that goes viral, gets recommended, or even if such a large influencer feels the need to like watch it and present it to their audience, you would want that kind of exposure and that kind of monetization to go to somebody who deserves it. And a lot of the time, this is a job. It is about fucking money. They put a lot of time into this. People do it a lot for a hobby as well, but to completely exclude that person from any financial gain and just attribute it all to yourself and how much money, I don't care about making money. I don't care. Everyone knows my giant deals that are being made. Who cares? I don't, these are for the YouTube frogs, right? The boys who missed the stream. But I will be actually monetizing it in general, though. I know it's not about money, but boys, we have to, I mean, come on. We got to be making something off the back end, right? Right? That's what pisses me off too, actually, about it. It's not about the monetization, but I am monetizing it. It's not about the money, but like, I'm gonna, like, it's green, right? You know what I mean? It makes it almost worse. It makes it almost worse when you're like, I mean, like, dude, like, money to me is like, I fucking, I spit out my fucking snot on it, dude. It doesn't mean a goddamn thing. Wait, is it gonna pay for my villa? No, but it might pay for the electricity, you know, like, who cares? Fuck, dude. Chairman then responded, he said, I'm saying I hope YouTube pays the original creators of the content on their platform, not the brainlets who watch a face cam over the videos while eating food. I mean, to be fair, at the same time, this is the problem, though, too, with React content, is that if people do consume content like that, and they like consuming the original content on someone else's platform while they do nothing, and they just eat food, or they sit in a room, or they say, oh my God. Oh my God. It's like Jax Films had that great video talking about Sniper Wolf, who actually adds nothing to the video besides being cute on camera and saying, oh my God. Someone turns on a light switch. They flip the switch. But even, I mean, at times, that's probably more than what some of these people do on streams when they re-upload it. And it just feels extremely parasitic, I guess is what I'm saying. Mudahar has a longer tweet here that I thought was kind of important, kind of good to say too, which is, I know you're not the, well, it's kind of okay. I know you're not the brightest, but I didn't expect you to be this intellectually dishonest. Nothing inherently is triggering when you view the live content on a different platform. It's when you re-upload the content to the same platform and have it copy the same metadata to further cannibalize. By that, he means you're taking the exact video format, re-uploading it, so the algorithm's just like, I get this one's a bigger chance. I guess I'll just push this one instead. That's what he's saying. It has even less to do with like the revenue at that point. It's just the general algorithm favoring the larger channel or favoring his reaction content more over it. We demonized individuals like Jinx back in 2017. In large, we do as well today. Jinx, if you don't remember, was a guy back in the day who would just do pretty much what a lot of these reaction channels do now, or reaction streamers do now, which is sit, say, oh my God, that's crazy, maybe laugh from time to time, look at the camera awkwardly, and then upload it. That was just, if he didn't know, he's faded into obscurity now, but you know, that was real big back in the day. This type of content is even frowned upon by YouTube in large. Any web pages, repetitive and duplicate content. YouTube will often change its algorithm to fight algorithm abuse content like this, e.g. reply era, initial reactions 2017. Back in the day, people used to just upload tons of content, remember that? Probably a lot of people are too young nowadays, but it used to be RE : and then that, and it would boost off the algorithm of this initial video, making reply videos really big. But you know, since then, it's it's gotten a lot less favorable because people just don't want to see the same shit over and over again in their feed. I know you've watched The Dark Knight and animes like Hunter x Hunter. Why not re-upload those as well? You also realize claiming content isn't a task any content creator can just do. It requires access to elevated content management systems only larger studios and media groups have. Educate yourself. A problem also with copyrighting content is almost always, if a content creator copyright strikes another creator, it's almost always looked at like you're a fucking villain. Like that's like a huge no-no in the creator sphere, is somebody copyrighting somebody else's work. I mean, there's been cases of it in the past and there's been a lot of public backlash from it. You just don't do that. But then also at the same time, you have to hope that you have the sway that like the YouTube reps are going to be like, yeah, this is content theft. And a lot of times they're just going to be like, you know, I don't know. I mean, he has a big channel. What am I? Just leave it. We don't want Twitter to be mad at us. That's the kind of vibe I think they get a lot of the time. And then XQC responds with, damn, I knew you liked using big words that people would give your takes more importance, but filling your unfounded criticism full of personal attacks and using anecdotal evidence to prove that the content is cannibalistic by nature. I get it now. I don't know what big words he's referring to. Was it metadata? What was the big, was it triggering? I only complain about big words if someone is able to throw onomatopoeia in a sentence. That's when I'm like, okay, dude, fuck off. You could have found a way around that, but whatever. I get it now. It's all for show. You have no substance. I guess it makes sense that you're upset everyone is reacting to actual good content instead of whatever you post. Dude. That's like the biggest playground insult to other creators. Well, I guess you're just mad because people aren't watching your content because it's not good, right? Got him. Yeah, well, your mom. It's like that, where you're just like, I have, what, am I supposed to respond to that? I mean, Mutahar has like, what, 4 million subscribers? I don't think anyone's questioning the legitimacy of his content or how good it is. He's built his own fan base. He has no reason to harp on this subject other than he feels genuine about something. It just feels so fucking odd. It feels like you're like back against the wall and everyone's just like, dude, what's your problem? He's like, dude, why are you guys freaking out right now? You're all freaking out on me. It has that kind of vibe. XQC goes on to say, little brother. I like this. I like how intimate it gets. Little brother. Little brother used 2017 example twice and tried to cash in his win early. That's just called, I mean, it's just reference. It's just an example. It's just, that's how you do proof. You want to back up any claims you have with examples or references. That's just what that is. Also, 2017, that's 6 years ago. It's not like it's, I feel like this is extremely applicable to what's happening here. This might get you Twitter drone likes. Yeah. You have the stats to back it up. You didn't use any because you know how it will show the exact opposite of this phenomenon. It's kind of like a Wolf of Wall Street thing to me. I don't know why. I'm just thinking Wolf of Wall Street. Like Wall Street when guys have like tons of like arbitrary papers and like filing cabinets and stuff and they're like throwing papers up and people are just like, where's this at? Show me the proof. Please tell me how much money you make. Please show me exactly how much money someone makes and tell me how much I'm taking from them. Put that all over the internet so people know. Please and thank you. Also, I talk to most of the YouTubers I take big content pieces from to react to. Maybe send @DD, whatever, a call and compare numbers on uploads / reacts. I'm on the defense, so I'll let you pull some stats up. After all, I'm the dumb one, right? So I guess I'm just the stupid one. It's just so much deflection. I don't know. It's just so fucking petty. Also, the whole idea too is like, if he does reach out to YouTubers, I think that's good. I think everybody should do that. If you have a large platform and you're like, hey, I do a reaction thing. Here's a perfect example. Corey Kenshin. Corey Kenshin at the beginning of my YouTube career was like one of the first big people to react to my stuff and cross-pollinate fan bases in a great way. He exposed his fans to a lot of my content. I think that's great. He also does a great thing where he doesn't show the whole thing. He kind of like edits it in a great way. And also he emailed me here 3 years ago and he asked very politely. I said, yes, just please share the credit. And he's like, will do. Perfect transaction. Wow, that's difficult. Does that happen here? I don't know. I have no idea how many emails were sent. I don't know. Until then, keep molding, little brother. I hate the little brother thing. The little brother thing's so fucking cringe. Keep molding, little brother. Little brother really brought up a 2017 reference. We both know why you posted the tweet in the first place. Insecurity is a fucking bitch, isn't it? Bites when you least expect it and makes you look weak. Don't make a money argument type. I'm probably the one person, whatever, doesn't care. Yeah, he's so rich. Now write another essay to farm some impressions, blah, blah, blah. The biggest problem with this is that it's deflection, and it feels like somebody who knows like, I guess it is kind of shitty what I'm doing. But you have so many like maybe drones of people being like, yeah, but when you react, it's so funny. I love watching you sit down. It's awesome. I love it. Also, I thought it was funny. Mutahar he did reply to his tweet saying, reacting to good content instead of whatever you post. That's a picture of XQC reacting to Mutahar's content. And then they had a cute little exchange about, you know, how they both like each other's content, blah, blah, blah. Don't want to get the Twitter mob mad. Listen, the thing is that I'm not even saying that XQC is a bad streamer. I'm not saying any of that. The biggest thing is saying that people that do reaction content need to transform it in some kind of way. I feel very passionately about this because you know how many times I've worked on, me and my team have busted our asses making a cartoon cartoon, and then a ton of people will take it and re-upload it, and I love seeing other communities react to it. But how many times I've sat down and watched somebody just be like, that's crazy. That's crazy. And even if they don't get as many views as mine, they're still making money off that content that I poured my fucking heart into. It's fucking disheartening. Especially somebody to upload a 2-hour-long video that probably took God knows how many hours of editing, hours of researching, only for somebody else to upload it and just be like, well, I mean, I like the video, so I upload it. It's no big deal. It just feels really parasitic and fucking gross to me. It has nothing to do with him as like a fucking streamer. I mean, he's the biggest streamer for a reason. He's obviously entertaining. At the end of the day, it's just something where it's just like, transform the content. If you're uploading it to a different platform and you make that much money, or you do have that kind of revenue stream, pay an editor to transform it. Maybe try a bit more whenever you're reacting to something to actually give some kind of commentary over it. Do something to change it and make it your own is the biggest thing. I saw this exchange and I just think it's important because so many people, I get a ton of DMs of people asking me to react to stuff. And I look at their pages sometimes and it's them doing nothing besides pressing record, pressing play. They say, we're watching this video. They watch the video. At the end, they're like, thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the bell. And you're like, dude, go fuck yourself. That's fucked up. So just want to give a shout out to Limino and his video that was uploaded. Go check it out. It's gonna be sweet. And once again, this is not at all a dig at reaction YouTubers. It's just a dig at people who sit down and add nothing to a video and make tons of money off of it. Even if they don't need the money, it's still money that should be going in somebody else's pockets, or it's money that you do not deserve in any regards. I don't give a fuck how wealthy you are, even if it's something where you just shit it out and it's so insignificant to you. To somebody else, it could be a bill they could pay, it could be rent they could pay, it could be food that could be going in their stomach. That's all I'm saying. So just pay a fucking editor. Man, how hard is that? The guy that I'm paying somebody to edit this right now, it's not a big deal. People love work. People love to work. Give people something to edit. They would love to edit the video. It's not a big deal. But no, if you do watch my stuff, thank you so much for exposing your audience. Thank you so much for exposing your audience to mine. A lot of flies out here. Thank you so much. All right, guys, that's all I have today. Just wanted to do a quick little rant. I love you. Bye-bye. I tried to get a big snot rocket, but I couldn't get it. Did anything come out? Damn. I thought you were sniffing. Like, no, I was trying to. I tried getting like a big snot. Be like, oh, I like sneeze on it, whatever, but he doesn't do it.
So can you share your screen on Discord? Whoa.
She's so beautiful.
Wow.
So kawaii. How do you pronounce this? Uma Musume.
Uma. Yeah, there you go. Uma Musume.
Uma Musume, pretty
dirty.
Whee! Ooh. Every horse girl just had her day, dude. Ooh. You know, back in my day, we used to beat the hell out of horse girls. You go to a bully them.
I had a horse girl have a crush on me. She
Did you tell her to saddle up?
No, I was sixth grade.
Did you tell her to saddle up?
No.
Come on, man.
Sixth grade.
Yep.
I was sixth grade. Fifth grade, and it was
Well,
show and tell,
it,
and she. It's fifth grade.
Huh?
Show and tell. She brought in horse toenail clippings.
Ew.
And then at the end of the day, she gifted them to me. Her friend was like, I think her name was like Colleen or something, but it's like, Colleen really likes you and she wanted to give these to you. And it was in front of all the guys in the football locker room. So I scoffed and I threw them away and broke her heart.
Broke her heart. Well, dude, you should have went up to her and said, you know, you're a fucking freak, right? All right. Uma Musume, Pretty Derby. I have not played this. Oh my god, do I actually do it? Oh my god, the clicks are so satisfying.
Yeah.
Please enter your birth month and year.
I think it's just month. and year.
Hit your birth month and year to play. That's what I did. 0.
Like slash, maybe it was 01/.
Example, 1990.
Oh.
Didn't I just fucking do that?
Oh, no, but it's, looks like it's year first.
Oh, year first.
Yeah.
Well, why would it say birth month and year? What the fuck ever, dude?
Yeah, this is fucking horseshit.
It really, I like that.
Uma Musume! Uma Musume! Ohio gozaimasu! Miss Ayase!
Miss Ayase! All right, now we're in it. I have to download 5 gigabytes worth of stuff. Wait, everyone shut up.
時に数奇で時に輝かしい歴史を持つ別世界の名前と共に生まれその魂を受け継いで走るそれが彼女たちの運命この世界に生きる馬娘の未来のレース結果はまだ誰にもわからない彼女たちは走り続ける瞳の先にあるゴールだけを目指して
Why do I feel like there's going to be like slave trading or something in this? Horsewomen treated like slaves to be traded around at the Kentucky Derby. One day at the Tokyo race course.
Oh, yeah, this is the tutorial. Maybe we should have done this on screen.
Why?
I don't know.
All right. There it is.
Wow, Era final.
We've got a beautiful blue skies here at Tokyo Race Course. The turfs should be nice and firm for today's race. Sage, okay, whatever. Wait, so is it just literally anime girls running? I thought they were horses. I thought this was a horse game.
Well, they're anime horse girls, so they're girls.
So they're just going to run on their 2 legs?
Yeah.
When do I start playing? Do I get to like run as one of them?
No, you train them.
I don't even get to run. I don't even get to be a character that runs the race.
No, they run themselves. Sorry to burst your bubble, but it's the training aspect and watching and the betting.
So you're literally a Kentucky Derby. You're an obese American betting on Japanese Kentucky Derby racing. You don't even.
Well, no, you're the owner. You own these horses.
I own these women. So this is literally a slave aspect to this. Then, okay.
Yeah. Oh. Well, you employ them.
What the fuck is this? What are we doing? Is this the whole race?
Well, this is.
So every time I race, I'm gonna have to watch this.
Yeah. You can skip.
It's a long fucking track, goddamn, dude. just kind of takes a while, you know? I mean,
oh, gold ship.
Huh?
Gold ship's in the race. He's a very funny Japanese horse. These are all real life horses.
It would only be cool. It would only be cool if in the stands it was horses. That's when I would be on board.
Dang, she fucking killed it. She does look beautiful in that green dress, though, doesn't she?
I'm at a loss for words. Who are these shadow people walking around? Are these ghosts or ghosts inhabiting the park?
I think there are other horse people. And you click that like pause.
Where is it? Oh, and
then down, yeah, down there. See?
Oh, all right.
The day after watching the race with Tazuna.
Okay. Welcome to the Japan Umamasume Training Center Academy. It's the finest Umamasume training establishment in Japan, home to countless students who dream of racing world.
Nani?
Is this all in Japanese? I don't think that was that in English. What the fuck was that? Goodness, Director Akikawa, you scared us. Apologies, seeing such a promising new trainer just gets me so excited. Can you? What does her voice sound like to you? Like if you were voice acting her as like a Funimation, what would you do?
I would say, "Hi, my name's Akikawa, and I'm the director of Umamamuse."
All right, well now you're gonna be Director Akikawa, so anytime she talks, you gotta do it.
Okay. Wait, is it playing? Oh
Yeah.
shit. Sorry, my bad. But first, please tell us about yourself.
It's pretty good.
What's your trainer name?
I'm thinking.
Nay.
Nay. The whole thing is just nay.
Yeah. Uh-oh, people are saying time to fire me again in the chat. Guys, what did I do? Jinping. Welcome, Trainer Jinping. From here on, you are part of Trake Academy. Ohio. High hopes. I expect you'll... Oh my god, dude, I can't read. What the fuck? Hold on. There we go. I expect you'll give your all together with your trainees to make their dreams come true.
The goal of our Academy students is to participate in the highly renowned Twinkle series.
So I want you, trainer, to teach, guide, and support your trainees through and through. That's all. I hope that you will work diligently to bring honor to the trainer badge you wear on your chest. Well then.
Oh, that's me. Nick. Well then, let's set off for introduction course, Trainer Jinping. First, let's go meet some of the Umamasume you'll be working with. Umasume you're able to train in a career playthrough are known as Trainee Umamasume. Please be aware that if you haven't added an Umamasume to your Trainee Umamasume roster, you won't be able to train her in the career playthrough. You can meet new potential trainees by scouting them. Well then, let's try our luck in the Pretty Derby Scout. Is this a fucking gacha game? Do I have to pay for this shit?
Well, it's free, but yeah, there's gotcha.
Perform the tutorial Pretty Derby Scout
Five
five times.
Oh, wow. Whee!
Am I supposed to know that the gold one is good?
Die with Scarlet!
Sakura Bukashino! Vodka. I like that already. I like
Yeah,
vodka.
Let's get vodka.
What do I even? I don't even want to see the other. Give me vodka. What the fuck? Allow me to explain support card scouting. Let's switch over to the relevant scout. You can obtain support cards from the support card scout. Support card is a card used to assist your trainees in career. By selecting a deck of support cards, you'll receive the aid of other students from Trace Academy to help your trainee along. All right, let's try our hand at scouting some support cards. How about we? What is this?
Dude, I don't know. Wow, Silent Suzuka.
Tokyo. Agurika.
You say this one.
Grass Wonder.
Mizero McQueen.
Mama Cross.
Miharu Bubba. Uji Kisike.
I clean. You scouted some trainee Uzumazuma and support cards. Now that we have that out of the way, let's begin your everyday life with your trainee Umamusume. This is the entrance of Traken Academy. We can also call it the home screen. That would be fucking nice, dude. From here, you can access various places within the Traken Academy. You can begin a career playthrough for any of your trainees here. First, let's make preparations for your career playthrough. Let's select a scenario to play.
The beginning? Next.
Okay. Next Tuesday is my train. Since this time is just for practice, please select one of the trainees your mama you scouted just now.
Vodka.
Where's vodka?
I think potential level.
I don't
she's the
fucking
middle
want
one.
to use her. It's not letting me do the other ones.
You gotta click next.
This is so... Now we're moving along into career preparations. Let's head over to the Three Goddesses statue for a moment. Trainer, are you familiar with the Three Goddesses statue? I want you to be a little Japanese girl and say,
Yeah.
the Three Goddesses, progenitors of all Umamaze, according to legend. They are also described as deities who watch over and guide the Umamazume. Traditionally, the students at Traken Academy come before the statue to pass on their ambition. The day spent running towards their dreams, the emotions experienced on their journeys. All of this is entrusted to the statue. Future generations of runners come here to inherit this ambition and, if they're so lucky, turn it into power. And so the legacy of one runner is passed on to the next and the next. It's quite mysterious, isn't it? A decorated runner who passes on their ambition to your trainee is called a veteran Umamaze. Once a runner has completed her career, she can register as a veteran Umamaze and choose his legacy. Now then, go ahead and choose your legacies. Legacies can pass on sparks of inspiration, which grant your trainee attribute boost and skill hints, among other benefits. And don't worry, legacies can inspire new trainees as many times as you'd like. I just want to say, I'm not going to remember a single fucking thing.
Vodka!
Let's choose a second legacy umamase. Until you're more familiar with the process, please try to use an auto-select feature. The two select legacy umamase and trainee umamase have an affinity level determined by their relationship. It said that if they share a good affinity, it becomes a little more likely for something nice to happen. This might be good to remember when you're making arrangements in the future. Now we'll choose some support cards to assist you and your trainee during your career. Each card comes with various benefits. When do I fucking race, dude? When is this going to happen? God damn.
We're getting through the tutorial. Yeah, do auto select, start career.
This is Draken Academy. Here, promising young umamase gather to train as racers, their hearts filled with dreams of glory found in the Twinkle series. Together with their schoolmates, they spend their days training both body and mind. And yet, not all are content with the current state of the academy.
Emergency! This cannot go on!
What's the matter, Director?
Tazuna! I, the Draken Academy Director, love my students more than anything. Therefore, I cannot stand to see even a single racer's potential squandered. And yet, that is exactly what's happening. Which is why... Proposal! I shall create a completely new racing event.
What? A new event? From scratch?
Affirmative! Our students will now have another set of races to look forward to beyond the Twinkle series. One that includes all distances, all courses! A racing event unlike any that have come before. I shall call it the Ura Final. Ura Final.
That's me. Ura Finale?
Oh. Prepare yourselves. We're about to get very busy. Quickly! We must schedule a press meeting. The world must know of this news.
Director? Understood. Leave it to me. And thus begins the story of a new racing event, the Ura Finale. Created to help all umamatume shine. This race shall be the stage upon which you and your trainee story unfolds.
Oh.
Countless have come to the three goddesses statue to carry on the dreams of legends past, or to entrust their own to those yet to come. Today, those legacies spark inspiration, yet another new runner. When will it end? Oh, tits. Tits for days. Tits. Their legacies live on. Your speed went up by 5. Stamina went up by 5. And your power, it went up by 10. Guts went up by 5. Wit went up by 5. Dirt aptitude went up. Not really even numerically, it just went up. Sprint aptitude also just went up. Long aptitude went up.
Ohayo gozaimasu.
See? I start training with Daiwa Scarlet in earnest. It's not a good voice for that. Today, I start training with Daiwa Scarlet in earnest. Our journey to make her the #1 begins here. Each Umamusi has different goals. This is your goal for the time being. These commands let you progress through the career. Execute a command gives you a run. First, select grading. These are different types of trade. Each increases in different attributes. Let's try selection speed for now.
Wow.
Your energy went down by 18.
Oh. Splendid! It appears your training regimen is going swimmingly.
Ah, Director.
I came to check in on things, but color me impressed. I see you've been supporting your trainee with panache.
Yeah. Keep up the good work and watch your trainee go stronger over time. One day, as I'm rounding a corner, you can do special week.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Look out! Oh. I'm sorry. I was in such a huge rush that I... Ah, right. Sorry. But I made a promise, so I'll be... Yes. I completely forgot that I promised to race with my friend, so I'm rushing over there now. Got it. Thanks. And I'm sorry for crashing into you. Bye!
Keep doing that as if she's still running. Special week runs off again in a panic. However...
Oh! Out of my way! Oh! Eureka! I got an idea! Wait, this is you, right?
Yeah. Eureka! I got an idea! This could be useful for Daiwa Scarlet's training. This contributed to Daiwa Scarlet's growth. Okay, her guts went up by 15.
What? Her gutty worked?
Looks like you had a conversation with one of the support Umazumas. Every single encounter is a precious experience. Be sure to make use of them while training. Incidentally, the Academy is a big place, so you also have a chance of meeting individuals who weren't included in your support card deck. Oh my god.
Is this me?
Sure.
Oh, trainer, did you get some relaxation time in on your break?
Does this game go sexual at all? And because I can't tell.
No, it doesn't. Do you want it to?
No.
Oh. I'm completely refreshed, obviously. Every model student knows how to switch gears between work and play. Just wait till you see how well I trained today.
Okay, that recovered their energy by 50. We're finally ready to give racing a try.
Attention! Before participating in a race, be sure to always check your skills. Take this! Allow me to grant you some skill points for this special occasion.
Skill points can be acquired at various times during your career playthrough. All right, our skill points went up by 198.
まずこちらのスキルを選び次に覚えるスキルを選んでください先ほどのスキル今回はこちらのスキルをスキルはレースに勝つ
Skills are great importance to win races. Using the skill menu does not expend a turn, so be sure to learn as many as you can.
I concur. Hoarding your skill points is a tragic waste of potential. Of course, you should select skills that best match your trainee's abilities and the races she plans to run in.
では戻りましょうこれで準備は出走できるレースがあ
We
る
finally get to race. We finally get to race.
It's time for our debut race, guys. Oh, here you go.
At last, I'm gonna enter the Twinkle series.
Yes.
I can't wait. Let's go. My legs are itching to run. You don't need to remind me. I'll have the most spectacular debut there ever was. Everyone will wish they could copy me.
This place is called the Paddock. Runners appear here before the race to excite their adoring fans.
Attention! There are various things you can confirm here at the paddock before the race. I'll leave the detailed explanations to you, Azuna.
You can count on me. In the paddock, you can check the stats popularity of the other runners. Predictions of a runner's performance are denoted by the symbols fucking clear triangle, solid triangle, like an empty circle, and a circle inside of a circle from lowest to highest. The top right symbol represents the expert predictions, while popularity is represented a fan option. The higher a runner's ability and mood, the higher her popularity and expectations place will be. Of course, popularity doesn't guarantee a win, but the more favored your trainee is, the more you can expect from her. You can also change your runner's strategy in the paddock. You're all set. It's finally time to start the race.
Yay!
Whoa.
I just want to shout out Daniel Gregory real quick. He donated $250.
God damn! While we've been doing this.
Yeah. He said, meant to send a message with the last one. I subbed to Patreon yesterday and wondered if you had a place where followers can share their art.
I don't think yet. The only place... Well, no. In Discord there is. We have a Patreon Discord, and there's a Your Art section in that.
Okay.
Also, we're number one favorite here. Just want to say that real quick. Also, Kinsit, 50 gifted subs. Jesus Christ, thanks, guys. If I don't win this, I'm killing myself.
Don't say that.
No, if I don't win this fucking race, I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to put a gun in my mouth. I'm going to shoot my fucking self in the head.
I believe Scarlet will win for us. Her beauty knows no bounds.
この評価は少し不満か。2番人気はこの子。5番。さあ、今日の主役はこの馬娘を置いて他にいない。本日の一番人気。
We clearly have the hottest chick there. That means we deserve to win. What number are we again? 3? Oh, there we are.
Go Scarlet!
God, our racer looks so fat today.
Let's say that.
Hey, Scarlet, what the fuck?
Oh my god, yeah, what the fuck is this?
That emotionless bitch. Come on, Scarlet! The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make that bitch anorexic, and we're doing a breast reduction for sure. Old Tiny Tits is going way out front. God damn! Scarlet, you better catch up. I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna bust a fucking top here. Come on! Come on! Also, next time, less obnoxious fucking costume. Everyone else is in running shorts. She's in a full fucking Sailor Moon garb. Take it off! You better get up there. Get up there! Professor! Fucking sweep the leg, Scarlet. Come on! Holy fuck, who is this bitch? Oh my god, bronze! You better push on this last deal here. Come on! Go! Is she dropping down to 4th right now?
Oh,
Get
God.
up there!
Oh! Whoa.
That feels cheap.
Use your red ace special ability.
What do we just what do we just give her fucking steroids? What the fuck just happened? God, her tits jiggle so well. Her outfit's her outfit could be a little more revealing, is all I gotta say. What the fuck was that thing at the end, dude?
You know, little
cheat, like a cheat code.
What is it? NOS. You had a little NOS button.
Well, guess what, fatty? We're gonna train for a long time until you get that. Should never been that close. I don't want to say this. I want to reword it. It's not gonna say great work out there. I'm gonna say way to go, fucking tubby.
This is hardly enough to satisfy me. I need more if I'm going to become #1! Hey!
Yeah, give us like give us your best, like a glaze and moss, whatever.
Ohayou gozaimasu!
That's good. See, there you go.
Splendid! You reached your goal! Well done! Bravo!
Daniel also donated $50. Stationed in Japan and Saturday run into you guys while you were here. Love your stuff. Think he's kind of cool too, I guess. Yeah, he's all right. You know what? Japan, a lot bigger than I expected. The goals that you're after will differ from depending on the Umazum. Please help your trainees reach their goals during their careers. All right, now we finally... Guess what, bitch? Get ready to train. Oh, my God.
Uh-oh, we're gonna... Finally get to train.
Okay, so I'm guessing this is just the tutorial.
Yeah.
Wow,
Whoa!
an F ranking. Fuck off, bitch. Okay, see, look at the speed. Look at these scores. We're a laughing stock. A laughing stock!
Ohayou gozaimasu!
We gained a bunch of we gained a bunch of fans, and also there's 5,200 people watching here, so I think that's 5,200 extra fans.
Oh, I was gonna say my brother. Oh, we need to. Ah!
More anime! More anime!
Yes! Yes! It's so cute! Oh my god! Yes! 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 Do I get to design my own pretty derby baby, my little princess?
I hope. They're all training.
Bunch of tubby chicks, dude. Yeah, look at that. See, look at this. Not on my watch. It's gonna be celery and water. That's what she's gonna be eating. Because I'm here to win gold. All right, I've had enough of that.
Oh man, come on! I was having fun.
Oh my god! Just let me play the game. Be sure to enter your veteran Umase in mini races. Why would I do that? They're old dogs.
Ah! Konnichiwa! Konnichiwa, Hunter-kun!
Do you ever get to actually play this game? How long have we been live? 30 minutes, Nick. It's been over 30 minutes of being like, let me show you how this game works.
It's a complicated game.
It fucking seems like it. They've made every decision for me so far.
They say that it's almost done. Oh, Ryan Hess gave us $50. Thank you, Ryan.
Ryan Hess with a cute little samurai. With a cute little samurai. Is that Chinese? Is that Chinese or Japanese?
Samurai is
Chinese.
Japanese. Ohayou gozaimasu, Ryan.
Ohayou. Sumimasen. One more Coke highball, please.
Oh yeah, Shinjin.
Biwa Haya Hide. New support cards. Yay.
Majiro Palmer and Ikuno Dictus. Never skip a warm-ups. Go ahead and leave. Such cute catchphrases.
Yay. Oh, awesome. Oh, we got carrots.
Is this just a mobile game?
Yeah.
Because this feels like some like brain rot shit with like all the things that pop up and click and all that shit.
It's a gotcha game. People are super addicted to it.
It's huge right
Today's
now.
login bonus is
Yes, it's huge. Main story.
I wanted to play as vodka.
Yeah. Landscape. Landscape.
Whoa. Vodka looks like an alcoholic, which I think is sexy.
Yeah.
I head over to the track to see how the races are doing today.
Well,
What should Vodka's voice be?
Well, it should be raspy, yeah.
Well, I'm out of here. Catch you guys later.
Wait, Vodka. Where do you think you're going? Ugh, she's such a wannabe delinquent.
I'm concerned for her. I know she's got the talent, but tryouts are coming up. Will she be okay? She's kind of fat.
You don't need to worry about her performance. She'll be just fine. Why don't we just go ahead and start practicing? The other students are waiting for your directions.
You're right. Well then, let's get started, shall we? We'll begin with a 2,000-meter jog. Despite the upcoming tryouts, Vodka seems to be boycotting practice today. Not on my watch, dude. Just to strike me as lazy, though. Why am I ever given another option?
Nope.
Curious. Offer her to figure out why.
Until you all find a trainer, you'll be following instruction training regimen. As if I have time for that generic crap. I'm gonna do things my own way.
Are you gonna train by yourself? Who are? Oh, you're one of the Academy's trainers.
Yeah, got a problem? I'm a lone wolf. And that means I don't mingle.
I'm a lone wolf. You're a fucking horse.
Besides, the teacher's plans are way too chill for me. My body'll get weak at that rate. Anyway, with that right, I'm gonna go do my thing now.
You're like Turbo Granny.
Vodka bluntly ends the conversation and walks off, and I hang around a bit more. Observing her training, I'm watching her from afar.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But I'm just getting started.
Even though she's overloading in certain aspects of her training and neglecting others, she's still strong in her own way, in a borderline retarded way.
You still here? Damn! You must have nothing better to do.
So you really were trying to skip training?
What? Me? Skip training? Do I leave me?
Jeez.
Listen up. I'm gonna be the coolest ranger in Twinkle Theory. The kind who leaves everyone in the dust. If I do the same as everyone else, then I'll be the same as everyone else. It's just like getting buried in the middle of the pack. So you get stuck in there with no way out. I'm gonna train harder so I can be faster than everyone else. I'm not gonna get stuck behind anyone.
Is that why you made your own training regimen?
Yep. Got a problem?
Not really. Although boycotting a teacher's regimen and creating her own haphazard one isn't the best course of action, she's got guts. Uh-oh, I think we're about ready to see a guts power up.
Hey, what's in your skirt at me like that?
Oh, I was just thinking you're pretty cool. Is this her trainer? Is this us, the trainer? Oh, I was just thinking you're kind of badass, actually.
Vodka, are you okay?
Can you say that again? I couldn't hear you. You said something about me, right? Come on. Say it one more time.
You're pretty cool.
Yay! What's with the weekend? Put some into it. What do you call me?
Cool!
You've got a good eye for things. I'm gonna keep training, but you can stick around for as long as you want. Because I'm so cool and generous. Alright, I'm pumped. Let's have those reps.
As I watch her train with even more gusto, as I watch her train with even more gusto, I can't help but grin.
Wow. Lily Collins gave us $50. He says, feels like Nick was holding the man at gunpoint playing this. You're not wrong. I forced Hunter.
That voice is very hard on the throat, Nick. I hope Vodka doesn't come back on the screen anytime soon. A few days later, tryouts officially begin and Vodka makes her appearance. Vodka is pushing ahead! Vodka is pushing ahead! Diamond Scarlet is fighting with all her might! But the gap is too big! Vodka finishes first! Diamond Scarlet in second! You read that one.
A bit rough around the edges, but you've got great potential, Vodka. Why don't you come and join me in my penthouse suite? No. No! Come and join me instead! I've amassed plenty of data on the racers I've trained in the past. I'll be able to design a training program specifically for...
Sorry, but I'm not interested in that kind of thing.
Vodka's performance pulls in many scouting offers, but none seem to land. if I recall, what she really wants to hear is,
it's you from the other day. What do you think about my rating?
you were super cool, Vodka.
For real? Yes! Hey! You got the really good one, right? How about joining forces with me?
I'm down!
Hell yeah! Looking forward to working with you, trainer.
I'm actually brewing. I'm brewing up a sweat. I'm not gonna lie. I can't believe it. Because we told Vodka she was cool, she's gonna be one of my little mini horses, one of my mini Umamuses.
Wait, hold on. You just watch these and you just get them? You don't play?
What do you mean?
Sorry, I thought the story was over. Never mind.
That's it of a training done. Trainer, right next on the list. Come on, hurry up and tell me.
Working with Vodka has been more straightforward than I expected. We're making good progress. With her long strides and flexible body, her future looks promising. All right, let's increase your load a bit more then. Uh-oh.
Yeah, bring it on! I gotta show off how cool I am.
Oh my god, dude. Get off the fucking cool thing, dude. It's not that... Then, one day...
Ah, crap. I forgot to turn in my application for the trach and meat. Better get that thing in quick.
Trach and meat?
You don't know? Alright. There hasn't been one since you joined the academy. It's basically this big event that happens twice a year. Everyone signs up and gets to pick the type of race they want to run. They get people from all over the place coming to watch. Plus, it's a chance for us pre-debut runners to test our shots against those who've already debuted. The best part of this event is that if you get assigned the same group, it doesn't matter who's debuted or not. All you gotta do is run. Man, I can't wait! I need to make sure everyone sees my cool side. And you know what, trainer? I think today's an awesome day to get some grub outside.
Sure. You deserve it for working so hard and you're so fucking cool.
I'm glad we're on the same page. Wait, my dear. I'm gonna go get changed.
And so, Vodka and I head out for a meal.
Dang! I ate so much! I know I gotta watch my weight, but it's nice having a cheat meal once in a while. Whoa! Do you see that super cool poster over there?
Looking over, I see a flashy poster depicting an Uma Musume riding a big motorcycle. Looks like they're showing a new movie.
A movie, huh? Aw, man. It'd be so cool to see the huge bike on the screen.
Since we're already here, why don't we go watch it?
Wait, are you for real? Hell yeah!
Do you think he did the popcorn bucket trick?
That was the coolest thing I've ever seen. Did you see how close it went to the ground while running around those curves? That was such a cool chase scene.
I didn't know you were so into motorcycles.
Not me.
I just can't get out of the engines from the sleep body.
You know, my pops owns one of those bad boys. And when I was little, he'd always give me rides around town. Man, those were good times. I'm telling you, Big bags are wearing that. That reminds me, the first time I went to Japanese Derby, I was on the back of my pop's ride.
So, your dad's the one who introduced you to racing?
Yep, he loves it. He always tells me.
Vodka? Those races are the coolest of the cool.
I didn't get it all first time he told me, but once I saw the races for real, oh shit, it was awesome. When the gates opened, I instantly got urine down my spine. You can just feel the tension in the air. I don't think I blinked once for the beginning of the end. It was a crazy everything. Every little laser has been in orange, and this thing not like.
I won't back down. Get out of the way. Victory is mine.
I remember screaming my head off about how cool it was during the ride home. I couldn't really see his face from the back, but I bet it was about to put it ear to ear.
Is that why you decided to become a racer yourself?
Yep. I wanted to be just as cool as those racers.
That's why, Nick, that's why she likes being called cool so much, huh? Right, Nick?
It makes sense. It makes so much sense.
I got a blast today. Thanks for letting me tag along with you to the movies, trainer. Oh, but you know that scene before the climax? The romantic one? That will, you know, kind of caught me by surprise.
Uh-oh. See, I'm telling you, we're getting there.
I'm definitely more into action. I prefer films coming in guns blazing rather than
Oh, you mean the kissy scene?
Don't say it! Now I remember everything!
Did she just bricked? I think she just bricked.
I can't hear you on Discord anymore. Oh. Are you okay? What? Are you talking?
Huh?
Are you talking?
No, I just was doing something.
Got a nosebleed.
She bricked. Doesn't that mean that they brick?
Yeah. She's wet.
It's the day after our eventful outing. We're working our way through one of our usual training sessions when another student appears.
Excuse me, Vodka. You're in group 10 for the 2,000 meter turf race at track meet, right?
Me? Yeah, what about it?
I just wanted to check if you're planning on changing your group. You still have enough time.
What? Change? Why would I need to do that?
What do you mean, why? Didn't you see who's in it? Narita Bryan is in your group!
What? I'm gonna race against Brian.
Brian. Apparently this is just story mode too. So we could cancel if we want to play the actual game.
So I can actually play now?
Yeah.
All right, here. I want to enhance.
Yeah, enhance.
Time to fucking train. All right, this fucking bitch needs to train. How do I get out there to train?
Go to potential level. Raise, yeah, there you go. Raise potential.
We don't have enough material and monies.
Wow, you're thinking it jumping ahead of yourself. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, we have a 799?
Daiwa Scarlet.
Whoa.
We're number 18 favorite? We're fucked. We're fucked!
I think we didn't train enough.
Can I back out of the race?
Yeah, you can.
Look at these B's and C's, dude.
Ichiban. Ooh.
I think this is going to be a huge upset. Everybody put your money on Scarlet. Come on!
He's the underdog.
Ohio! Ohio, Japanese top hard! Tokyo Turf! 2400 meters!
ターフも絶好の両馬場になりました注目のダイワスカーレット6枠11番での出走スタンドに押しかけたファンの期待を一身に背負ってスペシャルウィーク各馬
She's the ruler of Japan? Is that what that said?
Yeah. Okay. Not looking good.
We're standing around here, just hold on.
He's pacing himself.
Come on, get up there.
Oh, God.
さあ、花に立ったのは15番。このままリードすることができるか。ダイワスカーレット、落ち着かない様子。ちょっと前に出ましたね。15番、早くも先頭に躍り出た。2番手の位置で先頭を伺うのは12番。さらにその内からは5番、1馬身離れて18番、4番、並びかけてきた。
All right, Scarlet, you gotta get up.
He didn't lose enough weight before the race.
Well, she's been on fucking celery and Diet Coke for, about 2.5 weeks. She should be down. Oh my God. Come, Scarlet! Come on! Get up there! Come on! Come on! Oh my God. Holy shit, she's dropping like a fly. What the fuck? Oh my God, you fat bitch! Run! Oh my God! No!
Oh, she just dropped out of the race. He gave up. Oh, yeah. That bitch in the back.
No shit. There's fucking Captain Cankles coming up behind everyone else. Good fucking Lord. It's not even telling our place anymore.
Oh my God.
Wow. Holy shit. The ruler of Japan fucking won. Cool, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck off, bitch.
I'm looking forward to the race. Oh, sorry.
All right, I need to enhance.
Hold on, go back. Huh.
We need to fucking train is what we need to do.
Yeah, I think you can go back again. Let's see. Star unlock? Okay. We might need chat. Has anyone played this game?
Where the fuck is the...
Air Groove is a little fearsome, but I admire her flawlessness.
Maybe go to veteran Umamase trials.
No. I need to train these fat fucking fatties. That's what I need to do.
This bottom right corner. Okay, well that's just the menu. Uh-oh.
Scout home career. That's what it says.
Oh, career.
Thanks, chat.
Yeah. Legacy.
I'm auto-selecting everything. Oh my god, wait. Wait. Didn't we already do all this shit?
Well, you got to do it every day.
You have to restart the career every day?
Well, no, you're training her every day. And then...
Okay, so we didn't... I thought... for a second, I thought that we just restarted. Holy shit, I was getting ready to...
No.
Oh, man.
I've
Okay.
collected everyone's assignments. They're on your desk.
Oh, thank you. Sorry for the trouble. I'm sure you must be busy with your debut coming up soon.
No. It's my pleasure. Please, let me know if you need help with anything else.
Wow, check out the model student. Want to take my class tip while you're at it?
With pleasure. I mean, excuse me. Give me a break, vodka.
Look at that scowl! So much for your goody two-shoes, Axe.
Huh. How about you drop the delinquent act yourself? You just want more time to train, don't you?
What do I don't?
Oh, vodka. Great timing. I have something I need to talk to you about. Your father
Serves you
died.
right.
Your father died in a drunk driving accident. You need to go
What?
home. You need to go home immediately.
Oh my god!
Oh, good heaven. Oh, Lord. Well, I suppose that's true in a sense. Well, have you gotten some thought to what we discussed?
You mean about the interview? I don't know, it's kinda...
A great opportunity, right? Enter the rising star, #1 up-and-comer. They're already reached out to you, right?
No, I really don't want to do it. Now everyone debuted yet. I don't want to look at that further.
Now, just wait around. That vodka, I swear, that fucking bitch. She could have at least heard me out, the stupid bitch. Yes. Like, they're like, I don't know if I like teacher talking about vodka like that.
Our #1 up-and-comer. Not me, but her.
You seem down.
No, that's not it. Huh? Trainer, why are you here?
Just thought I'd drop by.
Don't give me that, idiot!
I heard someone shouting just now. Was that you, Scarlet?
Of course not. It must have been someone else. Come on, trainer. Let's be on our way. Seriously, I almost lost my reputation as a model student because of you.
My bad.
Do you think that'll cut it? You need to apologize properly. So, since you came all this way to find me, I guess it's finally happening, right? My debut.
Yeah, that's right.
I see. Well, we'll both need to work hard from here on out. No slacking off, not even for a second. The #1 spot is mine. I won't let anyone take it from me. And as for you, I hope you know what you're doing. You're my trainer, after all.
I'll make you the #1 Umamusume.
I wouldn't settle for anything less! All right, trainer. Let's show the world who the real #1 is! Who cares about landing interviews? Who cares about being a rising star? I'm the best racer of them all, and I'm going to prove it.
With that, my journey to make Daiwa Scarlet the #1 Umamusume begins. Skill points went up by 120, Nick.
Whoa.
When I arrive at work in the morning, ready to start the day, Tizuna Hayakawa, the director's secretary, approaches me.
Good morning, trainer. It's finally time to start working with your trainee, isn't it? Together, you'll strengthen your bodies and minds, and you forge an inseparable bond. I'm certain you'll have the most fruitful time together. If you're able to achieve consistent results, you may even earn a G1 title, the very pinnacle of racing.
I'll do my best.
I'm sure you will. Keep in mind that a runner's first 3 years in the Twinkle Series are the most fucking crucial. If your trainee hasn't achieved a satisfactory record 3 years after her debut, I'm afraid her contract with you may be canceled. That makes these 3 years a critical period for her. Please work together and find a way to make it through.
Yes, ma'am.
First things first. You should probably start training for the upcoming Make debut and realize what horse girl periods are really like. Well then, off you go!
Uh-oh.
Here we go. Training time! All right, her speed is not very good. Her guts could use some improving as well. Is F the worst, or is G?
G's worst.
That's what I was gonna say. Seems odd, but we probably gotta get her speed up then. No. Maybe her stamina. Stamina.
What about her wit? Oh,
sorry.
Success.
Energy went down by 19. I don't give a fuck. You're training all day. One day while relaxing in my room, I receive an email from Traken Academy. What's this about?
Attention, all trainers. I will soon make an announcement with significant... Oh, wait, is this... No, yeah. Attention, all trainers. I will soon make an announcement with significant implications for your future. Be sure not to miss it. From Traken Academy Director Akikawa. Oh, shit, that was supposed to be you, my bad.
Greetings, members of the press. Thank you all for coming. Listen well, I have gathered you here today for an important announcement.
Director, you have to stand on the box or they won't be able to see you.
You're right, you are right. Apologies.
Oh.
All right, this seems okay. Well, then from the top. Listen well, I, the director of Traken Academy, hereby announce the establishment of a new race, the Ura Finale!
Oh my fucking god, are you fucking kidding me? Are you serious? This shit's like retarded and gay.
The Ura Finale. They're creating an entirely new race?
Director Akihara, I'm a Tadashi of Twinkle Monthly. May I ask you a question?
Permissible! What is it, Miss Otonashi?
Thank you. Nothing. Can you give us some insight into the thought process behind this decision?
Excellent question. I'm glad you asked. In short, the Ura Finale is an event that allows every Umumase to seek a chance at glory. It will be an event where any and all Umamasame can compete. Respect, honor, recognition. It will all be theirs for the taking.
A chance at glory for all Umamusume?
Holy shit, are you fucking kidding? I see people get a fucking racing and it's fucking crazy. This shit's gay and retarded.
Now this is getting interesting!
The sudden announcement of the Ura Finale rocks the fucking racing world. Immediately afterward, an information session is held for everyone at Traken Academy. By the time I get to the gymnasium, it's already buzzing with trainers in Umama. Yeah, the Ura Finale, huh? Can they really just make a whole new fucking race like that? This is gay. I wonder, though. I know the director's a big deal, but she's still a child at the end of the day. What the fuck?
You want me to read this one?
Yeah, Trainer B.
The old director ran the academy like clockwork. That doesn't mean her daughter knows what she's...
Excuse me for interrupting. There will be time for questions after the director's address. If you have any concerns, you may bring it up then. Mr. Zuna, Mr. Zuna, excuse me, or excuse us, we didn't mean to be rude.
Judging by the mood in the room, there's still a lot of confusion and uncertainty. The atmosphere persists as director Akikawa's Ura Finale briefing session finally begins.
Oh. Welcome! I'm sure that many of you must have been taken aback by this sudden announcement. However, I ask you hear me out as I explain the significance of the Ura Finale.
Significance? What does she mean? The crowd glances at one another, and hum of whispers fill the hall. With perfect timing, director Akikawa resumes her address.
My beloved students and trainers! Tell me, have you ever known regrets? I want you to win the Arima Kine. I want to conquer the Derby.
I want to be the strongest Umasume. It works,
I want to be the strongest Ume Masume. Have you ever had dreams that you couldn't realize because the distance or the track surface just wasn't right for you? Have you ever grounded your teeth in a chagrin as you thought, I'm better than this? Trainers, have you had not similar regrets? Heed me! I am to create a world where all Umamesume who aspire to race can shine! And Umamesume runners shine the brightest when their wills clash, as they battle it out for the top spot. The heat of battle shall forge and polish our racers until their brilliance is blinding. Blinding, I say! In summary, I wish to prepare a race that will serve as a stage for all Ume Musume their full potential!
Jesus, director, what the fuck?
Currently, each G1 race has a designated distance in track, limiting the runners who can join that particular race. However, behold, the Ura finale will feature all distance tracks.
All distances? All distances?
All tracks? Just like the Arime Kine and the Takarukasuka Kine. Participating racers will be selected by fan vote. Ergo, only Ume Musume, who have won many fans to their performance in the Twinkle series, the star Ume Musume, may take part. Racers, I ask of you, will you take this chance to show your true strength? Will you aim for the top and seize the title of finale champion? Trainers, I ask of you, will you take this chance to push your trainees to their limits? Will you see your trainee crowned the first ever winner of the Ure finale? 3 years from now, in the new year, you will have your chance. Come, gather your fans and become superstars. Encouragement, excitement. I look forward to your success.
Okay. The atmosphere in the gymnasium shifts to completely as the doubts previously held by the audience melt away and are replaced with raucous applause. And with that, the birth of a new year in race, the Ura finale, is announced.
I have to give it all.
All right, this bitch, she still has energy. Her stamina needs to fucking go the fuck up, though.
Yeah,
We haven't done any power, though. Her power is the weakest.
All right, let's.
Wow.
Holy guacamole. One day, while I'm taking a breather at the park.
The trick to running fast, the trick. I've never really tried using any tricks while running, though.
I come across Silent Suzuka wandering around a left-handed loop, absorbed in her thoughts.
Oh, I'm so sorry for blocking you. Wait, where am I? Oh gosh, it's one thing to get lost in thoughts, but I can't believe I lost my way and wandered so far out again. And what's more, I have nothing to show for it. I don't want to disappoint the girl who asked me for help, but I can't think of anything. Goodness, what should I do?
You finally get a choice.
Finally. Why not do some partner running with her? Maybe the trick is hidden in the left-handed loop you're in.
Huh? The trick is in my left-handed loop? Really? That thought has never even occurred to me, but I suppose I do always end up doing this. Okay, I'll tell her about this. I just hope it helps her.
Eureka! I got an idea. This could be useful for Daiwa Scarlet's training. This contributed to Daiwa Scarlet's growth. Gained 1 hint levels for left-handed. Our friendship went up. Our friendship went up. Nick.
Wow. That's awesome. Thanks.
I don't give a fuck if energy went down by 19. Some time has passed since the announcement of the Ura finale.
The fight of another champion. Now you're talking. I wonder which race I should go for. Medium distance, or maybe even the mile.
You better make it. You better make it the mile for your own good. I'm going for the medium distance race, and I'm always number 1.
Oh, I forgot to change the title. It's supposed to be. I'm gonna just say, anime horse game is blowing up. I thought I changed it. It's weird. Whatever.
What? Baby's fighting words. Listen, I'm going for medium too. Scarlet.
Bring it on.
I want you to literally try to her laugh she just did. Try replicating that. That was good.
First champion of the Ura finale. Truly, a title worthy of a first-rate racer such as I, King Halo. Come, Sky, I shall grant you the honor of racing with me. Join me for another round of partner running.
Yeah, I'm coming. But you sure are good at bossing people around. Oh, well, I guess this is my chance to check if you say so. Whatever.
Excitement is spreading among the Uma Musume as they prepare for the Ura finale. I have to try my best too. As I renew my resolve. Whoa! Yeah! What's that, Tazuna? I dash off in the direction of the noise to see what's going on. Where? Why? What is this huge machine? I arrive at the dirt track to find Tazuna in a panic. Vroom! And what appears to be an enormous vehicle producing an explosive noise. What the heck is going on?
Ha 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 ha! Crying out for joy, Tazuna! I completely understand! Oh! Oh! Serendipity! Why? If it isn't Trainer Xingping!
Hello. Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? And happy holidays to everybody. Even if you're not, you know, maybe you're one of those people who's like, I don't like the holidays because me and my dad don't get along. AKA every art school girl I've ever talked to, that's their story. Oh, you going home for Christmas break? Yeah, but I don't really know why. Me and my parents don't get along. It's like, well, you're so fucking jolly. That's kind of odd. But today I thought that we would go through basically the evolution of Santa, starting from what we know of him today, this beautiful... Oh, come here. Oh my God, Santa, stop. Oh my God. All the way back to his earliest conception, because when doing some research on this, you kind of find out that it's just as horrifying as anything else that we talk about on this channel. So let's talk about Santa Claus. Where'd he come from? Where's he going? Probably want to talk about where he's going. He's probably pretty much, this guy here is probably, that's probably it. Actually, that's not true. There could be something where Santa himself takes over Christ's image and he becomes a god. When I was a kid, Christmas was a big deal. Christmas was a big deal because it was like, it was another act of faith in your life in a weird way as a child, you have the allure that people are going to give you things. But not only just give you things, but everyone's a lot nicer. Everyone's more chipper. People are wearing kind of the same thing, green and red clothing. It's just a time to be jolly. And I feel like that's lost. At least maybe I'm just too old now and I don't experience it like I used to. But I miss those times. And I love the big man. I love the idea of having like a vigilante magic man that it's like everyone just universally agrees it's okay for him to break into your house and eat cookies and drink milk because he just leaves you presents. It's just like, we have a child in this house and you're gonna break in and just, you know, he's just, I see you when you're sleeping and I know when you're awake, so don't shut those eyes. Needless to say, it's a big deal. So I just want to talk about all the different kinds of Santas because there's not just one, there's a lot of them. Which starts off in the 2020s, the now. This is where we're at now. We, as a society and as a human race, we are starting to do virtual Santa experiences where you can get on Zoom calls because of COVID. People now go on Zoom calls with Santa, and that's the new sitting on Santa's lap. And for people who are so, you know, not from this planet, you would go to a mall, maybe? You would go somewhere and there'd be a Santa, and you'd sit on his lap and you would ask for a gift. And he'd be like, oh, well, I'll see what yeah, okay, fine, you'll get it. But no longer. Now it's all just adopting older traditions to new day circumstances. Everything's online, everything's digital, and even Santa's big, soft, hot, sexy knee is divided between a computer screen. Which also, increasingly, Santa is used in context for promoting sustainability, social justice, and other contemporary issues. Depictions have appeared featuring African-American Santas, as well as Santas in wheelchairs. We have a Santa for everybody now. Because back in the day, let me tell you, Santa didn't talk about any of that shit. It was just kind of like, this is the Santa, tough shit, all right? Which, looking back on it now, I feel kind of guilty. That's just what he is. Are we sure? Yeah. Yes. You know, no room for discussion. I will say the wheelchair one, come on. He's magical. Like, I get the wheelchair inclusion of like disabled people and stuff like that, but who the fuck, I mean, like what? Maybe he fucking asked for some legs, dude. It's horrible. Don't leave that in. But let's reverse the clock back just like a decade. Turn it back. The 2010s. High-tech Santa with advancements in technology around this time on Earth. We got Santa depicted in more high-tech scenarios, you know, reflecting the modern world's technological progress. I mean, Santa with phones. Santa's on his sleigh no longer has stupid-ass fucking reindeer. It's like powered by jets and all kinds of shit. This is an era where everything's moving at the speed of light. Internet's getting faster. iPhone just came out. The BlackBerries, like, were fucked. The amount of people probably asking Santa for an iPhone was probably astronomical. I never did because my family was poor. Let me tell you something. In poverty, you realize Santa is not real very quickly, okay? Are you tired of having the same old browser time and time again? I wanted to talk about the Opera browser. Opera browser is faster, safer, and smarter than the default browsers. Fully focused on privacy, and I want you to experience distraction-free browsing with ad blocking with our friends at Opera. Some of the distinguishable features that I love with Opera are their tab islands, which the tab islands make it super easy to keep things organized. And I'm somebody who does not like having too many tabs open. It stresses me the fuck out. For real, ask my buddy Nick. But if I'm researching something, whether it's for a video or reference images for a background or character design, I can group these different tabs into groups based on context, which makes things condensed and easy to find so that you always know where things are and you never get overwhelmed, like I do, very easily. I have panic attacks. Another thing that is great about Opera is the private browsing. It's got a VPN built into the browser that's free and unlimited and keeps things secure. Nice and tidy. It helps keep things running fast and ads get blocked with one click. Plus, with Opera, all of my messages are in one place on the sidebar. All of the messages from Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, and Telegram are all integrated into quick access, beautiful little side tabs. Easy peasy. Also, Opera's new AI tool, Aria, is great at helping me summarize information, giving me convenient and comprehensive results in seconds. So download Opera today and head into the new year with the best browser for all of your needs. Be sure to check them out in the link in the description below. Back to the video. But I will say, I did ask my mom for a Rhapsody. I couldn't afford an iPod because the iPods used to were those big brick ones, and I was really fucking jealous because my buddy Anthony, if you're watching this video, Anthony, you know who you are, he had one of those giant brick fucking iPods, but he had every Lord of the Rings movie on it, and he'd be watching that in school, and I'd be like, I want to fucking kill myself.
I did that with my Zune.
Fuck you, Nick. You know what I had? I had the Rhapsody, dude. My mom got me a Rhapsody and didn't play videos, and it came with 3 All-American Reject songs, I'm pretty sure. It's that one song where it's like, when darkness turns to light, it ends tonight. Whatever, doesn't matter. Let's go back another 10 years. In the early 2000s, Santa becomes a global icon, recognized in many countries around the world, even those without strong Christmas traditions, all right? So that's when he found out that people are just like, even if you don't like Christmas, too fucking bad, dude. He's here. He's like Ronald McDonald. Like it or not, that motherfucker's here to stay. The rise of digital and social media leads to new interpretations of Santa, including online games, apps, and digital storytellings. It's still the same old Santa that we know and love, but he's getting introduced to all the new kids via online. And this is back in the day when people were like, well, I don't even know what the internet is. MySpace, what is that? You had those kind of conversations, and you had a cool ass Santa on a MySpace page that's just like, let me finger fuck you. Probably that guy impersonating him. I don't think the real Saint Nick would do that, because Saint Nick's got a boo. Mrs. Claus.
Did you ever play Neopets?
I never played Neopets. Nick, don't interrupt me again, okay? In the 1990s, the early stages of the internet era see Santa image being used in digital advertisements and early online content. In the 90s, it was a more hip time. Sure, you know, the internet was just coming out. The technological boom hadn't quite happened yet. Also, Tim Allen was like, I am Santa, and I'm gonna be him multiple times. And if anything, the Santa Claus movie is kind of fucking scary because a man died on his roof, fell off, and then they're just like, you're cursed now. Did you want this? And he's like, well, I guess I did. You know what I mean? How fucked is that? In the movie, is there a way for him to even not be Santa? He's just Santa.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want this.
He's like,
you
I don't
put it on. You put the coat on.
Yeah,
Sorry.
God forbid you. Which also at the same time, if a man died there, well, to be fair, his body, Obi-Wan Kenobi, right? It just fucking was gone.
And he was cold.
Okay, I'd put on the jacket. All right, I was trying to find some plot holes, but it seems good. I will say the first Tim Allen Santa Claus movie is pretty good. The other two I would skip, or the other 5. I think there's a show now. I don't know. First one's pretty good. We go back to when America was on top in the 80s. In the 1980s, see a rise in Santa's image being used for commercial purposes with a focus on gift giving and shopping. Reaganomics, baby! Capitalism at its finest. Santa's just like, I don't know, why do I have to do it? Why don't you just buy it? Why do I have to be the one to fucking make stuff? It'd be kind of funny if it was like a really aggressive ad campaign.
Why do I have to do it? You have money in your pocket, why don't you fucking buy it, dude?
Different cultures start adapting Santa to their own traditions. Through the core imagery of the red suit and white beard remains largely consistent. So now it just becomes a thing where it's just like, you know, the 80s, you got people doing Blow, Top Gun probably just came out, Motley Crue is somehow the most popular band in the world, and then Santa is just showing up in different cultures because it's just so iconic. This thing right here that we see, he's been looking like this forever. He got nice big old beard on him, you know, the red jacket. It's impossible. No one can wear a red jacket again without being like, what is it, Christmas? Isn't that fucked up? And if you're like, oh, I don't care, you're probably like an incel guy who's doing like anime poses in his room. You look like fucking like a doofus Santa, dude. Pack it up. We go to the 70s, in which Santa starts appearing in various forms of media, including animated series, comic strips, and advertisements, often with slight variations, but keeping the core image consistent. The 70s, yeah, sure. We're into disco, we're doing even more coke, we're dancing, we're not hippies anymore, but still we like to have sex and dance. But our Santa is still pretty conservative. You know, now this is where we start to see Santa doesn't really change too much. He's showing up in other stuff, but Santa's he's staying right where he's at. Which in the 60s, now you have all the classic animated movies. Rudolph, Red-Nosed Reindeer, pretty sure that's where the Abominable Snowman's from. All that crazy, creepy stop motion shit. That was all 60s stuff. You have the now familiar form influencing children's perception of him who are coming in, and at this point in the 60s, you know, we're like 30 years into what this new design is. So while it's not the newest thing in the world, I feel like a lot of young kids are still, this is their first understanding of what Santa Claus even is. And then we keep turning back the clock to the 50s. Which in the 50s, with the rise of the television, Santa begins appearing in numerous TV shows and commercials, further spreading his standardized image. What happens that, you know, has been still trickling a little bit today? We get mall Santas, because back in the 50s, malls, that's where dads got their cock sucked by other men because they were too afraid to come out as being gay. And that's also where you got a bicycle. I miss malls. One of my malls had a hot air balloon thing in it. You didn't ride it, but it would go up and down. It just looked nice. There's a lot of fountains. It doesn't matter. The mall Santa. The tradition of mall Santa has become increasingly popular in the United States, making Santa a regular feature in shopping centers during the holiday season. The 1956 popular song by George Malacrino, Mrs. Santa Claus, in the 1963 children's book How Mrs. Santa Claus Saved Christmas, helped standardize and establish the character and role of Mrs. Claus in the U.S., which is kind of a big bummer, because I imagine in the 40s they're like, dude, Santa, that must have been like a superstition. Kind of like the idea that people say like UPS or Amazon drivers are fucking your wives. Now it's like, oh, Santa's gonna come in and dick down your wife or your husband, dude. Hey, Shelly, I think why is your husband so cheery lately? Probably because he's getting dicked down by Santa. You know what I mean? Probably. Or she stopped yapping at him. Hey, Christmas came early, huh? Don't show that to my wife. In the 1940s, we get a lot of World War II influence. I mean, Santa was used in wartime propaganda to promote war bonds and boost morale. His image was associated with patriotism and American values. In the movie Miracle on 34th Street in 1947, presented Santa as a kind-hearted, genuine character, further cementing his image in popular culture. Not only does Santa bring you gifts, motherfuckers like buy war bonds. We have to kill people. We're going to kill people. Also, rock, flag, and eagle is what he says. And then we turn back a little bit more to the 1930s, which is where this face truly began. The Coca-Cola advertisements, illustrator Hayden Sundblom, what a fucking crazy name. Hadan? Is that Hadan or Hayden? Hadan Sundblom, whatever. Sundblom Santa was rosy-cheeked, portly, and wore a red suit trimmed with white fur. These images were based on Moore's description and Nat's illustrations, but added a warm, friendly, and approachable character, cementing the modern image of Santa Claus. These images solidified Santa's image as a jolly, plump man in a red suit with white fur trim, a broad belt, a cheerful, rosy-cheeked, smiling face. Coca-Cola is the reason. That's why he looks like this. There wasn't some other person. It was a guy at Coca-Cola just being like, red because Coca-Cola, right? I mean, I don't know. Look at him. And then for some reason back then, how they got that through? Well, I guess in the 30s, it's Depression era, so everyone was just like skinny and fucking poor. So he's probably like, this guy's fat as shit. He's happy as fuck. He's the happiest guy in the world right now. And they're like, fuck it, print it, move it, sure. Historically, Coca-Cola was not the first soft drink company to utilize the modern image of Santa Claus in its advertising. White Rock Beverages had used a Santa figure in a monochrome advertisement for mineral water in 1915. That doesn't fucking count in my book, dude. Because everyone knows the Coca-Cola. It doesn't matter. We're going to keep going. In some images from the early 20th century, Santa was depicted as personally making his toys by hand in a small workshop like a craftsman. Eventually, the idea emerged that he had numerous elves responsible for making the toys, but the toys were still handmade by each individual elf working in traditional manner. They're like, he's a hardworking guy. And then they're like, he has a sweatshop. That's kind of the evolution. And I think around this time too, Lord of the Rings was really popular. Like it's kind of new. And they're probably just like, it's fucking elves. All right. And they're like, oh, cool. Are they sexy? They're like, no, they're like short and gross. And like, they make like wooden trains, which that's fucked up too, because all the stuff they're making is all 1930s toys. People would be like, oh, they're making Game Boys. But then Nintendo would be like, yeah, the fuck right, dude. We're making Nintendos, not those stupid ass fucking elves. The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus, which was a children's book published in 1902. Much of Santa Claus mythos was not firmly established at the time, leaving Baum to give his quote-unquote Nikolaus. I was kind of almost said something different. You gotta watch out when you read that. Yikes. Which is Nasiel's Little One, a variety of immortal support. What am I reading? What the fuck are these sentences? A variety of immortal support. A home in the laughing valley of Ho-Ha-Ho, and 10 reindeer could not fly, but leapt in enormous flight-like bounds. Claus's immortality was earned, much like his title, Santa. Decided by a vote of those naturally immortal, this work also establishes Claus' mottos, a happy childhood among immortals. Which, let me tell you something. This guy was given a book to write, and then he's just like, I'm gonna make it. Step one, he's immortal. He's borderline God. He doesn't really have helpers, but he does have reindeers that don't fly, but they jump very, very far. Which, if you think about it, they probably didn't go too in depth with this, but he'd have to jump far enough to cross the ocean. So, I mean, it's basically flying, but still, that's a way bumpier ride, dude. Like, think about the amount of times that Santa in that form probably got some fucking rocky bumps from that jumps. Doesn't matter. And in 1881, political cartoonist Thomas Nast drew on Moore's poem to create the first likeliness that matches our modern image of Santa Claus. His cartoon, which appeared in Harper's Weekly, depicted Santa as a rotund, cheerful man with a full white beard, holding a sack of laden with toys for lucky children. It is Nast who gave Santa his bright red suit trimmed with white fur, North Pole workshop elves, and his wife, Mrs. Claus. Stores began to advertise Christmas shopping in 1820, and by the 1840s, newspapers were creating separate sections for holiday advertisements, which often featured images of newly popular Santa Claus. This shit's going way back. We thought it was Coke, which Coke, I still am pointing Coke out as being the fucking people that advertise this, but as you can see the images here, it's not the same, all right? Not the same. Just want to put that out there. A Visit from St. Nicholas, which was an 1822 poem by Clement Clarke Moore, commonly known as The Night Before Christmas, introduced Santa Claus as a jolly, chubby man who drove a sleigh pulled by reindeers. This portrayal was pivotal in shaping the modern image of Santa as a cheerful, plump, and friendly figure. I feel like we've said that 7 different times. People are making him fat. In 1809, Washington Irving, an American author, depicted St. Nicholas in his satirical work, A History of New York, as a pipe-smoking, elfin Dutch burgher. This was a significant shift from his traditional religious portrayal, leaning more towards a folklore-based character. Like I said, Tolkien hasn't been born yet, but I feel like Tolkien might have been looking at Santa a little bit when he was writing some of his fantasy novels, all right? In 1809, the name Santa Claus evolved from Nick Dutch's nickname, Sinterklaas. Sinterklaas, a shortened form of Saint Nicholas, Dutch for Saint Nicholas. As his prominence grew, Sinterklaas was described as everything from a rascal with a blue three-cornered hat, red waistcoat, and yellow stockings to a man wearing a broad-brimmed hat and a huge pair of Flemish trunk hose. What did I even just say? He was basically dressing up as a rugby player. It's kind of in my mind's eye, that's what I had. A rugby player with a funny hat. Maybe that's how we'll describe it. Early representations of the gift giver from church history and folklore, especially St. Nicholas, merged with English character Father Christmas to create the mythical character known to the rest of the English-speaking world as Santa Claus. Are you following along? This is a lot of boring information. His appearance varied, one depiction being John Leech's illustration, who gives a shit about this, which now you get in, because now some people still say this. I used to say this when I was a kid, Father Christmas, which Father Christmas dates back as far as the 16th century in England during the reign of Henry VIII, when he was pictured as a large man in a green or scarlet robe lined with fur. He typified the spirit of good cheer at Christmas, bringing peace, joy, good food, and wine, and revelry, which revelry means to fucking party, dude, and to fuck hard. Typify. What did I say? Typified? He typified. Whatever. During the Middle Ages, often on the evening before his name day of 6 December, children were bestowed gifts in his honor. In the Middle Ages, that's when kids started getting gifts, all right? We're still not the farthest back. We're in the fucking Middle Ages now, and kids are just now getting gifts. We got a long way to go. As the legend of St. Nicholas spread through Europe, it mingled with local folklore. In different countries, he took on various attributes of local winter figures, such as the English Father Christmas, their Germanic god Woden, and the Dutch Sinterklaas. These figures were often portrayed as cheerful and benevolent, bringing a more joyful demeanor to the character. You notice how I said a more joyful demeanor to the character? A more joyful demeanor to a god. Where do you think that means we're going? Let's keep going back in time. The earliest depictions of St. Nicholas is in the 4th century, dude. All right, that's like 300 to 400 AD. That's where we're at. Like Rome is still a thing. Julius Caesar Rome type shit is still going on. Christianity by this point is so new that it's probably like what we almost assume like vegan bakeries are today, where it's like kind of hip still, but people are like, we get it, right? In the earliest depictions of St. Nicholas, the 4th century bishop, who was the primary inspiration for Santa Claus, portrayed him as a stern, thin religious figure, often in bishop's robes, and these images were more solemn and aligned with the role of a Christian saint. So he's not jolly, he's fucking cold, he's thin, and he's just like, God loves me, and you better love him back. Okay? It is believed that Nicholas was born sometime around 280 AD, somewhere around there, in Patara, near Myra, in modern-day Turkey. That's where he came from. Saint Nick, he's as white as we remember. I think that got smudged up in the history books a bit, right? Much admired for his piety and kindness, Saint Nicholas became the subject of many legends. It is said that he gave away all of his inherited wealth and traveled the countryside helping the poor and sick. One of the best-known Saint Nicholas stories is the time he saved 3 poor sisters from being sold into slavery or prostitution by their father by providing them with a dowry so that they could be married. Do you want a Coke yet? You want those polar bears to come sliding in yet? Remember Saint Nicholas, who's like basically Buddha? It's like the literal story of Buddha who gave away his wealth to motherfucker sat under a tree, but St. Nicholas was just like, you could pay for the pussy or take this dowry. You could marry her. So there you go. People are like, are you an angel? He's like, kinda. Sure. That is the earliest conception of St. Nick. So we have the Coca-Cola St. Nick. This is where we're at, right? This is where we ended up. Everyone did that game of telephone with each other. They're like, he's like a tall religious guy. And by the end of it, they're just like, he's fat and he's so happy about it. He's a fat fuck and he's so happy about it. We're here, but we started here. Honestly, it could have gone worse. Obviously, everyone likes the big plump one. Oh, you want to grab his big little titties, you want to tickle him and stuff. This guy I'm kind of afraid of. This guy here is the guy who's just like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you with my bare hands. Also, please don't pay for that pussy. You could marry her. But in between that time too, like I said, Santa came in around the 4th century, and I think people were just like, I mean, he's too fucking happy. By this time, people are like, we need some punishment. We need the fear of God being put into people, which also, that's when on the opposite side of Europe, Krampus Krampus came in, which you might have heard of Krampus. You know, he's been in some movies lately, but Krampus came in around the 6th or 7th century, stretching back to pre-Christian Alpine traditions. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to put it up on the screen very quickly, and you can pause it if you want. With their celebrations involving Krampus dating back to, like I said, the 6th to 8th century AD. Before 1000 hit, dude. Think about that. Before there was even a year 1000, they had this monstrosity come out. Krampus is thought to come from either Bavarian Krampen, meaning dead, rotten, or from the German Kramp or Krampen, meaning claw. How fun. It really is a beautiful time of year. Dead, rotten, claw, he's evil! Though there are no written sources before the end of the 16th century about him, okay? These are all just speculations. It's like Nat Geo. Do you guys remember those, being in school and your teacher would wheel in the TV and you'd be like, oh, yo, we're not doing class today, we gotta watch whatever's on the TV. And it's Eyewitness, exactly. And it had, you're like going through that fucking, the museum. Krampus is traditionally associated with the Christmas season and is particularly celebrated on December 5th during the Krampusnacht, or Krampus night, which beforehand, like we said, back then, St. Nicholas's Day was December 6th. So the day before, you had to pay offerings to essentially the devil at that time and be like, please don't come and get us, please. In the folklore, Krampus serves as the counterpart to St. Nicholas. While St. Nicholas rewards good children, Krampus punishes those who have misbehaved, which we forgot to touch on this because, you know, a lot of this is common sense, but nowadays, if you're a bad kid, you get cold in your stocking. If you're a bad kid back then, like a 7-foot tall goat man comes and gets you. Okay. And back then too, there was no iPads or phones to, you know, verify, or if anything, they're just like, you believed everything you heard. That would have been horrifying to hear as a child. Did you eat mine chocolate? No. You know, if you lie, Krampusnacht's going to come and get you, right? Yeah, I know. And you'd just be panic attacks. It's like the only time in history where like an abundance of like 6-year-olds die of heart attacks, probably because they're so afraid. Krampus is often depicted as demonic, goat-like creature with horns, dark hair, fangs, and a long tongue. He typically carries chains and a bundle of birch sticks for punishing naughty children. That is, first off, the long tongue. What are they trying to say with that? He's gonna go into your house where your kid's at and get a kid, and he has chains and sticks and a long fucking tongue. Come on, dude. Put the fucking pieces together there. Hiccup. In many regions, there are traditional parades and events known as Krampusslauf, which is Krampus Run, where people dress up as Krampus to scare spectators, continuing ancient pagan rituals. This is fucked up because it's reminding me of that Borat bit, where it's the running of the Jew, which we won't put that up for reasons of worldly events now. But in recent years, there has been a revival of Krampus traditions and increased global recognition, partly due to popular culture and social media. Yeah, nowadays we like to, you know, we have to have fun with it because they're just like, I'm naughty. I'm like a Santa Claus is too PG. I'm a dirty bitch. I want to, you know, have my Krampus and have him whip me with a fucking chain. The look of Krampus, he was originally scary, demonic figure, like I said, with dark fur. He had the long horns, pointed tongue, sharp fangs, and chains, and he was rooted in the pre-Christian Alpine folklore. Don't know what the Christian Alpine folklore is. Once again, it sounds like some kind of like scented thing that you put on your rear view window in your, probably it's just Alpine. I'm thinking of like the smell like, yeah, whatever. In post-World War II, some European countries softened Krampus's image to be less frightening for children, making it more mischievous with fewer demonic features, but retaining the horns and fur. They're like, okay, this is a bit much. I like how it took him till World War II. Like, even the First World War, they're just like, leave it. Leave it. Yeah, you know what's more fucking evil? Humanity. And then like around World War II, they're just like, we should probably like, yeah, I mean, we gotta just soften it up a little bit. It's like not even that far of a jump too. Maybe get rid of the chains. The kid's like, oh, thank God, I can sleep at night. Krampus's appearances varies regionally from goat-like to more human traits, with costumes made from local materials like wood, fur, and bells, and parades of Krampusnacht display diverse Krampus costumes from traditional to modern, illustrating the character's evolving image across Europe. Which I just want to say, the best depiction of Krampus ever was in that 2016 Krampus horror movie. It looks fucking sick. It's like Santa's face skinned. You don't ever see his real. It's awesome. He's hunched over. Just want to say that one's the best. It's the best ever. I mean, that puts us to the end. I mean, Santa came from the 3rd or 4th century, dude. That's fucking insane. Going back through, which Santa would I like to have? Krampus. No, I don't want Krampus. Honestly, I want like 1950 Santa, I think. First introduced to the mall. Big jolly guy. You know, he's simple. He's one thing. He's not mixed up in a bunch of crazy shit. We're not seeing him on cell phones.
He's white.
All right. You said that, not me. All right. Okay. He is of a softer complexion, but that isn't really swaying my... I'm just saying that it makes me think of... It's what has been ingrained in our brains, and I feel like everybody wants the 1950s Santa Claus. Everybody likes that. As you go into your holiday season, for those celebrating Christmas or Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, just remember when you see St. Nicholas, all of the trials and tribulations that humanity had to go through to get him to be that image that you're seeing today. But most importantly, these holidays are, you know, a celebration of Santa Claus. It's a time to celebrate yourself and your family. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your holidays. If it's fucking blistering cold, I hope it's a little warmer for you that day. I hope you all have gotten each other some amazing gifts and you're feeling just as charitable as anyone else that you would hope to receive gifts from. So from here at the Papa Meat channel and Meat Cannon or whatever, happy holidays everyone and stay safe. Take care. Is that cool?
Did you like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer as a kid? Did you like the...
I didn't like any of the stop-motion ones, really.
Oh, me neither. You didn't like the Easter egg one?
No, the only thing I liked, I thought the Abominable Snowman, I think I had a statue of him.
He scared me as a kid.
Everything's scary. Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on and sit on down. Today, we're going to be scavenging through one of the most vile, evil parts of the internet. Is it Twitter? Are we going to Twitter? Almost. If Twitter had an IMDb or a Rotten Tomatoes, it would be called Letterboxd. We're going to be looking at some of the hottest takes, some of the worst reviews on Letterboxd and seeing how they fare. All right? You know, some of these are kind of funny. But I'm curious, I want to get in the mind of the Letterboxd reviewer, you know? I'm tired of being such a out of the hip realm of moviegoers. I want to be in there. I want to see what it's like. So see, I got my nice little... I got my blue blocking glasses because I think about the future of my eyes. That's kind of hip. I feel like Letterboxd enjoyers would enjoy this, right? Do I look snazzy? Are we ready to go? I think we're ready to go. And our first movie is John Wick Chapter 4. I've only seen John Wick Chapter 1. I didn't care to see any of the other ones. It was great. I loved it. Dakota Joaquin gave it 5 stars. Can't wait to finally lose my virginity so I can say that this was better than sex. Damn, Joaquin. Let me tell you, a lot of things are better than pussy or boy butt, whatever you're thinking. It is overrated. Especially when you get in a relationship. Am I right, fellas? Right? Hey, ladies. It's like riding the same roller coaster 4,000 times in a row. Real fun. Definitely not 4,000 times, maybe 50. In the span of my marriage, I hope to have sex at least 60 times. Will I get there? I doubt it, because me and my hand go way back. 5 stars from 24 Frames of Nick. Hey, I follow him on Twitter. I think he said he wanted to box me one time. On March 24th, 2023, Kanye West said he is no longer anti-Semitic because of this movie and Jonah Hill. 5 stars? I don't think I'd give 21 Jump Street 5 stars. I was very surprised. I like Jonah Hill. I just got done watching Moneyball. He's really good in that. I miss fat Jonah Hill. It's gonna happen whenever I get ripped. People are gonna be like, I miss Fatty Magugu. Movies where the main guy comes and you see the cum. I'm trying to think about what's the weakest movie on this list. God, The Green Knight was such a disappointment. I was so sad with The Green Knight. I'd say The Green Knight's probably the worst movie on this list. Aesthetically, it's very beautiful. It's a beautiful movie, but goddamn, is it just a slog. I don't even know the Evangelion scene. Put the Evangelion scene up.
I'm so fucked up.
Wow. Look at all that cum. Infinity Pool, I like Brandon Cronenberg. I like Possessor a lot, but Infinity Pool, there was some cum in that, but Mia Goth was super fucking annoying in that movie. Everyone's like, I stan Mia Goth right now. She's like the big horror queen right now. Yeah, I didn't care for her in this movie. Good on. And then The Lighthouse, where it's basically Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe about to fuck in black and white. Pretty fun. Megan from Jana C26, fucking Star Wars robot. Half a star. I hope she gets locked in a dungeon and gets fed fucking balls 24/7, 365 with 1 like. Come on, dude. You can't do Megan like that. I thought Megan was. I give Megan 3 stars. I thought it was stupid enough to be fun. Jurassic World Dominion, 1 star. I'd agree with that. At one point, a kid in front of me got so bored he started doing a handstand in his seat, which would normally be annoying, but in this case, it was the most entertaining part of the movie. 14,000 likes. I think in any case, if I saw a child not a child because I fucking hate children, but if I saw a 33-year-old person just do a handstand in the middle of a movie, I think no matter what, I'd probably be impressed the entire time. I don't see a world where I'm not impressed. Half a star on The Whale from Silent Dawn. Simple Jack for Simple Jack for Aeronauts. What is it? What is this? 10. What is that? This says 10. Simple Jack for Aronofsky heads. Or maybe his Norbit. Darren's latest case in Miserableism is an A24 produced theatrical adaptation that functions as both, what is that word? Saccharine weepy for people who use the Brendan Renaissance hashtag and those who wish that my 600-pound life somehow had less artistic integrity. Miserableisms. It's a very good way to point out a Darren Aronofsky movie. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. You know what? It definitely isn't a half star, okay? It's a good movie. It's a great performance by him, but at the same time, the whole, like, Brendan Renaissance thing and, like, you know, protect Brendan Fraser at all costs. Listen, dude, old boy got dealt a shitty hand. Poopy hand. I mean, that hand was riddled in shit, but he's a grown man. He's a star. He's an actor. He's a brilliant actor. He's gonna get on his 2 feet again. This whole thing about like 14 to 25-year-old women being like, I'm just so happy to see him smiling again, almost made me not want to see this movie. But luckily I persevered. The Lobster, 4 stars. Silent Dawn, 78 out of 100. That's C+. C+. I like The Lobster. In The Lobster, John C. Reilly is forced to put his hand in a toaster after being accused of masturbating in his hotel room. There were 4 people in the entire theater. I was the only one laughing. I would be laughing with you. I'd be the 4th person in the front. Too afraid to laugh, but I'd be laughing internally. You know what, to be fair, honestly, 4 stars is a pretty good rating. I think that this, especially this director, I can never pronounce the director's name. This director did Killing of a Sacred Deer and also The Favorite, and those are all great movies. This is a really dark, like a black comedy. And no, not white chicks. This is a dark comedy on multiple levels. It's like so dry.
I hope she dies right away. On second thoughts, I hope she suffers quite a bit before she dies.
This director's really good about just making really weird universes and weird rules. If you haven't seen The Lobster, you should. It's really, really funny. Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, 5 stars. Thank God that we all live in a timeline where James Corden's audition for Samwise Gamgee wasn't successful. Is that true? Did James Corden actually audition for Samwise Gamgee? Can you fucking imagine that goofy bastard? And he'd probably still be wearing the fucking... He wears a medium Fred Perry shirt. Just wear like a double XL. You'll look so much better. Looks like a fucking balloon. That one video too of him doing the flash mob in the street in like the cat outfit or something or whatever he was dressed as. Jesus fucking Christ. I'll tell you what though, Lord of the Rings, I'd give all 3 of them 5 stars. All 3 of them. Yeah, I hear some people bitch too. They're like, and the director's cuts are too long. Fuck off. Infinity Pool, 3 stars. Starting to think that Mia Goth isn't acting. She's just kind of like that. I think that I like Mia Goth as an actor. It's just a Cronenberg movie. I don't even think I'd give Infinity Pool 3 stars. I think I'd probably give it like 2. Midsommar, 3.5 stars. Imagine being left out of your family's suicide. No shit, this bitch was crying the whole movie. I'd be crying the whole movie too. Are you kidding me? Wait, you all killed yourself? That's good. Come on, I mean, 3. I can see 3.5 stars being... That's acceptable for Midsommar. I'd probably give it 4. The Northman, 4 stars. Robert Eggers watched The Lion King, said, Willem, take off your clothes. I have an idea. I think he just said this is Hamlet. I don't think he even tried to hide it. I think he just wanted to make a Nordic Hamlet, which if you don't know this, billions of fucking movies copy Hamlet, okay? A lot of them. Almost every family drama copies Hamlet. Just want to throw that out there. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 2022. Oh God, 1 star. How could you even vote on this? Netflix should be waived next month's fee as an apology for putting this movie out. Oh my God. First off, do not watch this movie. It's not even funny bad, but there is one part where it's so atrocious. Leatherface goes on a bus and there's all these like woke kids on there because they bought the town in rural Texas. I don't fucking know. It's dumb. But they're all in this like RV and then the Leatherface walks in and then they just immediately say, oh, you are so canceled. And they put up their phones to record him and then he just kills all of them. He kills all the woke people. He kills all the fucking millennial Gen Z or yeah, so that was kind of funny. That was a good part of the movie, but it was also maybe I wanted to kill myself. I wanted to kill myself watching this movie. I don't feel good about saying that. I don't think it's funny. It was just real. That's how real I feel. Skinamarink, 1 star. Fuck you. Okay. My boy George Carmy coming in real strong. Fuck you. I just spent an hour and 40 minutes of my life staring at furniture while people whisper shit for no reason. I feel like Skinamarink would probably have the most, like, either people were like, oh, 5 stars, I've never been this scared my whole life, or people just being like, what the this is fucking dumb, dude. I do think, do you think Skinamarink will go down as one of the most misunderstood movies of our generation? It's hard to say misunderstood. I think that it has its own merits, but I think that, like, I think this kind of filmmaking is going to become more popular. And I think it's so at the forefront of shit that I think looking back, people are going to be like, oh, it was so ahead of its time. It's going to be that kind of thing, I think. It Follows, 4.5 stars. Good score. I must have missed the safe sex lecture about the demonic in high school. Doesn't matter how much they tell you, you're still going to chase after it. It Follows has one of the best soundtracks. I love It Follows. It Follows is the best thing. If you're ever wondering, what music should I play while there's trick-or-treaters out? Just loop the It Follows soundtrack. It's the best. It's really good for that. And also, It Follows, come on. I remember I saw this in theaters. I remember I was like, this is so sick. Using the idea of STDs as your monster is really, really fun. Also, kids, if you have unprotected sex, your dick gets dirty. Okay? There's diseases everywhere. No one wants to be the person. You don't want to be the first person in your high school to get that. Some people like to wear them like veteran badges, like a Purple Heart. There's no Purple Heart right here. This is a dishonorable discharge, right? And that's gonna be the same dishonorable discharge that comes out of your cock. Okay. Naked Launch. At first I thought, hey, this isn't very Cronenbergian. And then a random character at a bar casually asked our protagonist if he was a then leaned back to reveal a giant humanoid bug monster sitting next to him. And I was like, oh, sure. That sounds like a nice little David Cronenberg film. If I had to recommend one David Cronenberg movie just to throw them off, it'd be Crash. You ever see Crash? Pretty much just people fucking in cars the whole time. People obsessed with fucking in cars and getting in wrecks. No, not the Crash that's like the weird racist movie. No. This movie is just about rape and car crash stuff. Actually, if I had to recommend any Cronenberg film, I'd say Videodrome. Speak of the fucking devil, Crash. 4 stars. I appreciate how this film subscribed to the Dennis Reynolds school of thought for ideal story structure. Crime, penetration, crime, full penetration, crime, penetration. And this goes on and on, back and forth for 90 or so minutes until the movie just sort of ends. Great blind buy. Yeah. Crash is great. I'm gonna let you know right now, if you go home and watch Crash, you will be disappointed. It's a good movie, but you will be, you're just gonna be like, I don't understand. That's just Cronenberg, baby. Just a fucking weird dude who just loves sex and weird shit. Crime, full penetration. But the fuck scenes are very, intimate. I thought that people were actually fucking in this movie. So, there's that. Good Will Hunting, 5 stars. It's not your fault. Remember that scene? You haven't seen Good Will Hunting? Dude, watch a fucking movie once or twice in your life. You don't have to just watch random Russian movies. You can watch popular movies. Like, how have you not seen Good Will Hunting? It's a great fucking movie. Honestly, I wouldn't look at you right now. I'm mad. We'll never be able to wrap my head around the fact that Matt Damon and Ben Affleck wrote this screenplay. They literally look like they have one brain cell between the two of them. It's true. I'm pretty sure Matt Damon did almost all of the writing, if I remember right. I think that even Family Guy made a joke about it. Good Will Hunting, so good. How do you like them apples? Also, probably one of Robin Williams' best performances. So good. He killed himself. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, 5 stars for Ferris Bueller's Day Off. 5 stars! Perfect movie. From beginning to end, it was Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I genuinely don't believe that there's a moment in film history funnier than when Mrs. Bueller says, he's truly a very sick boy. And then it suddenly cuts to Ferris just doing on his flute.
However, in Ferris's case, I can assure you he is truly a very sick boy.
Never had one lesson.
Yeah, that is good. It's a shame that the principal in this movie is a pedophile. He's such a great actor, but he's a pedophile. So you'd like to go back and look at it and you're like, God, I love this guy. He's in Howard the Duck. He's in Beetlejuice. He's in Ed Wood. He's in all these great movies. And then you're like, he's a pedophile. Old. God, I fucking hate this movie. 5 stars for Old. My mind is blown by every facet of the film. The acting, the script, the story, the directing, all of it was awful. The worst movie I've seen in years. They had us in the first half. Who keeps giving M. Night Shyamalan money? Who the fuck keeps producing these movies? I want to know. It just goes to show. That's what we need to do, Nick. We need to make one hit and then just ride that shit forever. Black Adam. 5 stars. Got my hog slopped watching this masterpiece. piece. That's a way to bust, dude. Imagine going to see Black Adam and you see Dwayne The Rock, that giant fucking buff thumb on screen, and then you are still able to get hard and release on a completion. Wow. Also, who the fuck cares about Black Adam, the superhero, dude? Nope. 4 stars. That's what my pussy looks like. And there it is. We started with